Welcome back to episode 04048.
Wow.
Part 2. Almost screwed up on that one.
Not almost. You screwed up.
No, you did.
Yeah. If you don't get it like smooth,
Yeah.
then it's just.
We're watching. We are.
Yeah.
I'm like a hawk.
What's a percentage of episodes he got right to ones he got wrong?
66%.
Of correct?
No,
Yes.
I think it's better than that.
No.
70 I got it right. It was early on. I was bad.
It's
but
fine. If you want to
yeah.
round up, go ahead. 66 to 70. I won't argue.
Because there's like 10 in a row where you didn't get it right at all.
I don't know if it's 10.
When we first started.
Yeah, I was stumbling.
Welcome
I was stumbling all through it, man. Hang on, I gotta move over for Benny so he can watch TV.
Nah, man.
It's gonna
And a little bit further away from me.
move over so you can. Right now, we're gonna watch the Raptors game coming on. All right, so we're going to the. We thought we'd break this episode up for you guys, give you a bit of a break because we feel this one's gonna go a little bit long. Let's see. Getting to the kitchen table portion of this episode. Let's start off where we ended on the last portion. The Chiefs. So we talked about that last week. Kareem Hunt's and his incidents and whatnot.
His
Incident.
Nice way of saying it. Now you guys think, just talking a little bit of off air, you guys think that's hurting the Chiefs? Or you saw that hurts the
This
Chiefs?
team is worse without that guy. And we're seeing it.
How much worse? That's the thing. I agree with he's worse, but it's
Yeah.
like how much more worse is he?
Well, they're worse the fact where they're susceptible to defeat. Like, I don't know. They're not winning by 30 points anymore. Mahomes isn't throwing 6 touchdowns anymore. Those days are gone. And
Yeah, but he threw 6 touchdowns in a game they lost.
Yeah.
so I'm just saying. he
Doesn't
threw 6
mean,
touchdowns.
like...
Yeah, but I mean, like the 40-point nights are over.
I agree
right?
with you that they are not as
don't know if it's
versatile without him.
Yeah, which is part of the battle.
Yeah. It's what
I
you
don't know if
get.
it's over. Like,
No,
how does
it's-
that? Well, okay, you don't get that dynamic ground game. This is the same argument I brought to you about Le'Veon Bell
Yeah,
and how much of a difference he was Connor.
Sure.
And you just threw in Connor and you say it was better, but I don't,
yeah, but Spencer Ware is not Kareem
No one
Hunt.
said he was better.
no one said he's better. Sorry, yeah.
Spencer
You
Ware had a
guys
good
didn't say
game
it.
last week, though.
Pardon me.
Spencer Ware had a great game last
Yeah,
week.
that's what I'm saying. Like I saw it last week. I was like, just fine.
Same
Look,
thing.
they haven't lost without him, but it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, I will say that they're not stacked. I just feel like they're stacked.
And then, but you can also add into the point that not just his talent on the field, but what happens with him
Effective.
exactly affects the team.
'Cause what did
Throughout.
What did thing say?
We don't do that here.
And that was the
Mahomes,
Mahomes
one
said that, yeah, man.
sentence quote.
we don't do that here.
Which is actually, to hear that from him, is a good like support for the rest of the team. Like it's a good message, right? Like Mahomes is
I wish
still
more players would do that.
he's a kid, but he's like, look, man, like throughout the season he would support Kareem Hunt, but then the second that this comes out, he's like, nah, we ain't about that.
Now,
It kind of happened with the Astros too when Verlander stepped up. When
yeah, Verlander did step
Still,
up.
man, they still let that guy play.
they still don't play, but Verlander did say he did mention.
What
it.
can Verlander do, right? What
Yeah,
can,
what-
what can the
yeah.
players do?
You just say you didn't like it.
I do wish more players would do that. It's like, yeah, we don't want that guy.
Was
Yeah, but no-
Mahomes coached to say that though?
No, he said
No, man. No, I still think that, no one's putting responsibility on the team and ownership because they knew the stuff that's going on.
Yeah, they should.
As an owner,
Oh.
you should
Last week I ripped
react.
into that. I ripped into them last week.
Yeah, we talked about last week. So the procedure goes, Benny, when these things happen. So the team is supposed to take. So if an incident happens, the team takes care of it. But once the NFL steps in, it's now the NFL's issue, and the team's out of it now. And, the NFL did step in, so it was now out of the Chiefs' hands at that point. So the NFL dropped the ball.
Yeah, but still, if to do the damage control, if you're the team, you take you do it first, and then the league's not going to find you because you know what, the team did it, and it
But they
until
can't.
it comes out.
But they can't. That's the thing,
Why not?
according to the rules. Because now it's now our thing now. Now you can't handle it.
Yeah, but it's already a PA thing anyway.
Then why did the Chiefs release him?
Yeah, they released him after because of this happened in February. The Chiefs happened because the video came out. That's why they released
but
him.
they
know,
knew
they're
it then.
scumbags for doing
Yeah,
that.
they
Yeah.
released
Yeah,
him.
I ripped into because that's an indication of the league getting worse, right? What they were trying to do is suppress it,
Are
so
they
it
worse or
didn't
is it the
affect the
same?
player.
Or it's the same?
Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst.
I know you guys already talked about last week, but
That's what we're
just
here.
that I just want to add on.
Yep.
Is the NFL and the Chiefs are both scumbags for letting this happen?
100%.
For not delving into it too much and analyzing it, like investigating it. NFL is $1 billion corporation, okay? They will they won't slap your wrist. They will suspend you for a season if you smoke weed. But if there is a hint of you
They will
having a domestic abuse.
They will kick you out the league for exercising your rights as a human being.
Yeah.
But how they did not investigate this as much and find this video or anything pisses me off.
Now,
No.
I'm gonna defend them a little bit on this one. You can't get into the business of paying for videos. You can't.
No. But I'm sure they knew it existed before that time.
There
Between
has-
February
how do
and
you-
November.
how do
Well, the NFL didn't ask. That's the
How-
whole thing. The NFL didn't ask.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Is
the NFL
they will Sherlock Holmes you about weed, but they'll just kind of like
You beat your
Yo,
girlfriend up.
They know the agent the cops went there to the hotel.
Cops never charged him.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like I'm sure that his agent found out, and then
Did
would have
Yeah,
to know.
you don't know.
How?
How we not?
So-
man?
So Kareem Hunt lied to the Chiefs. He lied to the Chiefs, and he said in the interview, "I lied to them. I lied to everybody." He said that in the interview. Now the Chiefs were investigating. I think they tried to reach out for the girlfriend. I'm not. Or that girl. Excuse me. I shouldn't say girlfriend. The girl. I think they tried to
I
reach
don't think they
out.
talked after that.
No, I'm talking about the Chiefs. I think they tried
Yeah.
to find her, and she didn't want to talk. And then what the NFL's investigation is, they asked the Chiefs what happened, and the Chiefs said, "Well, you told us this," and that's where the NFL
That-
left it.
Listen,
that's just
And they shouldn't have.
poor-
And like as well said, they shouldn't have left it there.
in the Ray Rice situation, he had a 2-game suspension.
And that was before the
Okay.
video.
They didn't even suspend Kareem Hunt.
Not yet.
Do you know why they didn't suspend Kareem Hunt?
Because the NFL took over.
Because they swept it under the rug.
Yeah,
Yes.
everyone did.
Everyone did. Yeah.
yeah.
Now, the fact that this league has a problem with this and they still are sweeping issues under the rug, it's really bad.
They don't care.
But no one talks about it.
no, people don't talk about it. Nobody cares.
Yeah, well,
They don't
no,
care.
Same thing.
They don't care.
Yep.
We rather you play, and they don't care.
Yep.
Who the hell's commissioner in all this? When's the last time you
You're
saw
quiet this year.
When's the
That's
last
good
time you
though,
saw the
man.
commissioner? No, it's not. This happened, and where is he? He should have been out front.
Front and center. Saying
Out front,
this is
saying-
unacceptable, obviously.
When's the last time you saw him?
You
Super
know
Bowl.
what? That's a good question.
The Super Bowl.
He might be sick, though.
But no, you haven't seen him all year.
I don't know. He might be sick.
No, but honestly, when I said no, I was thinking more in general. Like you shouldn't hear about commissioners anyway. They should be in the background.
You hear from Adam
Why you
Silver.
gonna be a
or something.
star? Not everybody's got to be Gary Bettman. The guy wants to be in front of the new. Like
Gary
you
Bettman's
shouldn't be
not-
that way.
Gary Bettman's
Adam Silver stands in the back until people ask him questions.
Well, he talks every so often. He gives interviews. Same with
Yeah, but he
the
doesn't-
commissioner of baseball.
This would be a time for
Manfred.
questions.
Manfred. He does that.
This would be
But
a question time, and he's gone. You're right. He's
I haven't
absent.
seen. I haven't seen.
I haven't seen him all year.
I haven't
No.
even heard about him. I haven't heard him doing an interview.
I haven't seen him
heard
going to
doing anything.
games. I haven't seen anything.
Nothing. Something really bad happened in your league again,
Yep.
and nothing.
Is he up for an extension this year?
No, he got an extension 2 years ago.
Or already happened?
Yeah,
So
it already
it's just
happened.
like, I need to show up anyway.
Really, he's in the pocket of basically two owners.
Yeah.
He is in the pocket of
Jerry
Jerry
Jones,
Jones, and Robert Kraft
Yeah.
because they basically
They
might as
do-
well take the commissioner's
They
title.
do run the league.
They-
And that's the way it is.
And maybe what's the Steelers? It's the
That's the Heinz family.
Heinz family. Yeah. They're probably another
The
big,
Rooneys. The
yeah,
Rooneys.
Rooney. Excuse me. They're probably another
Rooney, yes, right.
Rooney family. Yes, they're
Yeah.
probably another big influencer in the league too as well. I don't know, man. This league. I don't know.
Nothing wrong with the league.
Well, as far as the entertainment's concerned, no.
Yeah. There's some
Who
issues
they
there.
let in the league and stuff like that. Like I was telling, I don't know how you feel about this, Benny. Sometimes I feel guilty watching the NFL. As entertainment, sure, it's fine.
Man, it's modern day gladiator, Doug.
Yeah, but the type of stuff they're doing, like Kareem Hunt can still play, but Kaepernick can't. You know what I mean? This is the league we're watching.
That's
This is the league we're watching.
It's an old boys club, and they are just I don't know, man. You guys, I always said the whole modern day slavery. People don't realize it, but it is what it is, man.
It's the words used. That's our.
That's-
You have good points on your argument, but it's the word slavery used. They're not. You can't be a slave making.
I don't want to go
we're not
down
gonna
that
get
road.
That's just me, though.
There are $1 million
But again, yeah.
athletes are getting paid millions of dollars.
Jeez, man.
Nice catch.
You just
Caught
caught
the bike
yourself.
in the first second.
Caught
Twice.
yourself.
And again,
slipping right there.
I said this whilst to Smythe. I don't know how you feel about this. Again, with the guilt of this league.
It's
type thing.
early, man.
No.
What do you mean?
This,
Guilt of watching with, like-
sometimes I feel guilty watching the NFL.
I'm not going down this road.
No.
Too close to the height.
No, I just.
There's money to be made. I say it all the time. Like,
Oh, I understand.
and especially with leagues like
I
this,
just,
like
you know what? You know what's tired now is when people are like, when a quarterback goes down, they're like, oh, and some quarterback gets signed instead of Colin Kaepernick, and they're like, oh, that's another quarterback instead of Colin Kaepernick. I'm like,
Kaepernick's
yeah.
never going to play in this league.
I'm like, yeah,
He's never going to play.
He hasn't played in a long
exactly,
time.
And he has played.
exactly.
That's the way
Like,
I
what do
look
you
at
think?
it.
He's just sitting at home, like training or something?
Hold on, one second. Mark Sanchez?
Look, hey, man.
Mark Sanchez.
Look, I 100% agree with you, but also like Sanchez still, whatever. I guess he's training or something.
Well, apparently Kaepernick's still training.
Is he?
I'm not. Yeah, apparently he still trains. There's videos and stuff like that. out there.
Kaepernick's going to play in Vince McMahon's league to great acclaim.
No, he won't.
No, he
Yes,
won't.
he
He won't.
100%.
Because that would degrade or lower his stance. That would.
But he's not going back to the NFL. The NFL
No, he's never
done.
going because he's also suing the NFL too as well.
Yeah, he's at the same level as Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel. He's not coming back to the NFL. He's going to play in the
They're
XFL
not in
too.
the same level.
He's the other top pick for the XFL.
No, he's definitely not going to go to NFL. He'll never go to XFL.
I think they're both going to play there.
I don't think the XFL is going to last.
I don't think it's the last either. I'm saying they're going to play there. I'm not
What's
saying.
the other league? What's the other league coming in?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
There's two leagues coming in.
AAFL or something?
Yeah, AFL.
Yeah.
I think the XFL is the one going to be on the outside on that one.
All right.
If only two leagues can survive.
Only one league spread. Forget two. That's
No.
ridiculous.
But these other leagues are playing in the spring.
Yeah.
Unless they throw away the Arena Football League and take those players and put them somewhere, because that league is
Well, nobody
actually,
watches the arena football. League.
Exactly.
Nobody watches the arena.
So if
football
you
league.
televise that, you're going to get all the players from there. Those guys, there's some good cats over there.
But North America is football crazy.
Yeah, but I don't think.
So
we're gonna
I
watch.
think if you're playing in the spring,
They're NFL crazy. They're college crazy. They're high school crazy.
that might be a different. Yeah,
They're
Yeah.
football
They're crazy. They're crazy for the best at that league. So like that level. So they're crazy about high school because those are high school players who are going to be in college next, and they're crazy about college because they're going to be in NFL
Yeah.
next, and that's where it stops. They don't care about guys who didn't make the NFL.
Yeah.
Now what I mean is like everyone's hungry for that football content. Like they're looking at the waiver wires, they're looking at the offseason, who's signing with who
Yeah.
was making my team better. Now if there's actual games to be played in the spring, in the summertime, which is another thing I always wondered about the CFL. I'm like, why don't you just move your
schedule over.
Yeah.
to
move
play.
your schedule over more so you're in that
But
window?
there's no kids you want. There's no players you want to see in that league. Those are all players you
well,
don't care
in
about.
a continent or country that's crave for football. Don't you think they might watch a few games? Maybe.
I don't.
You guys are mistaking craving for football, but craving for the best football.
Yeah.
Now that's the thing I don't
Quality
know. I don't know.
requirement.
I don't know. Are they craving for football
Well, it's
or
a
the
fact.
best football?
Think of how many successful other leagues in the NFL where pro players who didn't make it. Like
yeah.
none of that works,
Yeah.
man.
Well, I'll make an argument with you. What's better? Who's a better, like, as far as athlete in the game is concerned, the NFL or college?
NFL.
Yeah, who's better, college or high
Because the
school?
NFL is the best of the
I know
college
who's
athletes.
who's better, college or high school? But people still watch those leagues. You know what I'm saying?
No, because it's what I just said.
Yeah.
Because they're going to play in
watching
those
the-
higher leagues.
Because those are the best in that certain
and
area.
the
right?
best like thing to put is like people watch the NBA all the way till June, but people don't watch WNBA.
No,
And it's the
'Cause it's
top
not
tier
the
players.
best.
Exactly.
it's not the best.
WNBA
product.
it might be a better. It's not the same. I don't think.
It's just
It's
It's just
basketball.
like I've seen the best in NBA. So like anything else you show me, I'm not interested in it because it's just inferior product.
Subpar product.
Yeah, it's inferior.
Now,
So you show me the CFL
Yeah.
with people who didn't make the NFL.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like it's an inferior product. It's not as good.
No, that's
so
true.
people may be crazy about the sport, but like they don't care.
yeah, are they crazy? Are they crazy?
Like
for-
like
They also don't get the rules, but that's not
yeah, but like look at hockey in Canada. Like look at
the OHL.
the AHL, like the Marlies, like they might get 4,000 people a game. You think Toronto's a hockey town or a Leaf town?
Leaf down, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like it's the same
But
thing.
London, you go outside. You go outside. Of this,
Yeah,
sure,
if there's no
sure.
NHL team, they're
Sure,
going to watch the best
sure.
team they
If you look
have.
at Canadian hockey league teams, some of those cities thrive on those
Yeah.
small. Like that's what they thrive
But
on.
they
right?
also can seat 8,000 and 8,000 show up. It's not one of those things where they're going to fill the NHL size,
no.
right? Arena.
You ever been to a Knights game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
same
they
here,
love
man.
their nights.
Yeah,
But that's all they have is their nights, right?
it's pretty crazy.
why
But my only
should-
argument I would say to Weld is if you get, like, say if you were following your college team, your favorite college players, they don't make the NFL, but they go to this other league. You might go over there and watch it, maybe.
Yeah, you show me a group of people who do that.
Yeah.
Maybe's a great. Maybe's a
Yeah,
great.
that's what they're banking on those.
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe's a great word in that situation
Maybe.
because, like, maybe not. Right?
Yeah, but I think that other leagues in we'll see. We'll see. The XFL seem to be kicking off. I think they're during practice. They just showed their 6 cities that they're going to be in.
8 cities, yeah.
Is it 8 cities or 6?
8 cities.
Okay.
I can't wait. I wonder what's going to happen again. I remember last time they had like those like plays where they're just like scripted, where like a guy would close on another guy before like the play started. Like, are they gonna try that again?
They were a bit of innovators though.
Of course.
A few of the camera views they use.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
I
actually.
think they adopted a few.
If you watch the 30 for 30 on the XFL, it's pretty good.
Oh, I have not seen that.
Really?
Yeah, I've not seen that.
Oh,
There's a
man,
lot of
watch
30
it.
30s I haven't
Watch it,
seen.
man. It's good.
What's that guy's name? He hate me. What was the name?
Oh yeah, he hate me.
He played in the NFL for a bit.
There's so many 30 for 30s I haven't seen.
He made the jump.
We forgot ESPN up here.
Right.
They had a whole channel on it. Anything else you guys want to touch on? Oh, who were you playoff favorites in this one? Like who are you looking at?
The NFL?
Yeah, as far as making some damage. Cowboys.
I think the Cowboys are going to do some work in the playoffs.
I hear a lot of people, mostly Cowboy fans,
Yeah.
going to make Super Bowl.
I don't
It's not. I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy there. Well, I don't.
You gotta
Recency
man.
bias.
You got to go to a lot of places to win the Super Bowl. You got to
No, go.
go to New Orleans, and then you got to go to LA to get the Super Bowl. That's tough.
Cowboys did beat New Orleans.
I know.
In Dallas.
That's true. That this time they have to go to.
They got to go to a lot of places. I don't know if they can do it like that.
I think the defense is good enough. Maybe. I don't know. KC looks like my LA Super Bowl is still in there.
Hey.
Very alive.
Yeah.
Very
happened,
loud.
man.
They laughed at me. They laughed at me, Betty.
We
I was
did.
hurt.
We did that.
I was hurt. At the beginning of the year, I said LA Super Bowl. They're like, you idiot.
You can't count out the
I
Bears.
don't think I ever said
No
you were
one
an
said that.
idiot.
No one said that.
Because I said the
Pats.
Chargers are going to be good this year, too.
They're good. Yeah.
No one called me. I was just hamming it up.
No one said they were making it to the Super Bowl, though. You picked that. We laughed. And rightfully so. Anyway.
But it's up there now. Anything else in the NFL you guys want to touch on? Let's see.
We've
Part
pretty much
one.
hammered
yeah.
the NFL.
Yeah, part one. We got a whole 40
So
minutes,
yeah.
30 minutes on
There you go.
on the NFL. Let's move on to some NHL.
Some hacky.
Some hacky.
Hanky.
Big thing for the Leafs.
Big thing.
I guess is a big thing. Maybe. Nylander's back, Benny. Nylander is back as Benny wears his Leafs hat.
With
right.
pride. With pride. bro.
Pride, dog.
I haven't even seen a hat before. It's like Benny just bought it when you let sign.
No, I've had a Leaf hat for a long ass
Benny, you
time.
come on the podcast? Okay, let me just go to the
Let's
lids.
get this-
No, honestly, I don't. I have a hat. I wear it at home, but you guys don't. I don't have to wear it.
I
Never
don't, I,
seen
don't,
me.
I, don't, I don't wear it outside.
Yeah.
But you know, hockey hats are not like you don't wear hockey hats all the time. It's
a good call.
just not.
You're
I
right.
wear my
It's
hats
not like
hat
a
all the time.
baseball hat.
Yeah.
Like I usually most of the hats I wear. It's
Wear my Habs hat all the time. Yeah, you are caught in a Blue Jays hat all the time.
yeah.
That's one thing about Benny. You see him, it's usually a Blue Jays hat.
Yeah. He's got his Jays caps on.
Holla.
Always rocking the
Represent.
Jays cap.
How you feel about Nylander, though?
Signed for $7 million.
You know what? What didn't they say next year? It got increased, like the salary, $3.8 million.
That's what they estimate. Now it does depend what their
His cap hit is 6'9" every year.
basically 7. Let's just round it up. It's basically 7.
6'9".
Yeah, but if it grows every year,
dollar
Seven.
counts, bruh.
but if it grows every year, then
It's the NHL. It's not going to grow that much. Now what they're
It's going up $5 million next year.
No, they see. You said 3. You said 5.
it's 3.8.
No, it's like 3. That what they're estimating is 3. Now it does depend. You know what's crazy? What it depends on
I thought they
mostly.
announced it.
No, it's they have to wait till the end of the year. They can't.
No, they already announced it. They announced it at the Board of Governors meeting. That's what the Board of Governors meeting is.
Or has no?
They
but-
have to do that because they have to include, okay, well, the trade deadline's coming up, so if I'm making trades,
I gotta know.
they
where
have to
I
do it
can-
in
yeah, in
advance.
advance, yeah.
So that's what the
It's
Board
like
of
a
Governors
forecast,
meeting
man.
is.
All right, keep going.
So they got $5 million. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, it just as the as it goes, I don't think it's gonna be that bad, man. They
Yeah,
signed
it
the
is.
kid.
It is. They
I
still
don't think
the
so.
math still doesn't work out. The math still
They'll
doesn't work
figure out that
A
math.
lot of
man.
guys
They got
aren't
a lot
going
of
to be
cap.
Leafs next year.
Yeah, who
Don't-
cares? But like, it's a lot of the some of the veteran guys are going to be gone. It's just going to be a bunch of. It's going to be like those top 3, top 4. Marner, if they sign him, Matthews, if they sign him, all those guys are going to be in the team, and a bunch of AHL guys that are like that
Exactly.
they're stacked. Who cares? Who cares?
Well, here's the thing. If you don't get a cup out of it,
They're going to get a cup out of it.
then that's it.
They're going to get a cup out
Salary
of it.
cap went up $5 million. It's going to go $5 million next year.
Yeah, man. So who cares?
No, it still doesn't work out. The math still doesn't work out.
They've got.
So what?
Wasn't Cal Dubas like the
Doesn't
main
matter.
cap guy anyways?
Doesn't matter.
He did the numbers.
So
He's
so
fine.
Leafs are paying $7 million for
6.9.
arguably the 5th best player in the league on the
Okay,
team.
Brian Burke.
Yeah.
The 5th best player.
Who cares?
What do you mean? Who cares? You're paying $7
How
million
is that?
to this-
How is that the
That-
team's fault that their team is that stacked?
That he's worth $7 million.
How much are you going to pay Martin?
I'd say 8.59.
8?
8.
How much you pay Matthews?
He's going to
13,
get 12.
Wow, you guys are.
They're saying that Matthews might make more than Connor McDavid.
Yeah, he might, but that's just because Connor McDavid signed his contract
Earlier. That's
2
all it
years
is,
before
man.
he would get his, right? That's just
No.
the way it works.
It's inflation, dog.
So before the contract,
cap
so
goes up.
Cap goes up, the number goes
if
up.
McDavid signs his contract 3 years before Matthews gets his, but the cap goes up, say, an equivalent of like $11 million. It's not a sign of like.
Forget everything else. Is Matthews worth what Connor McDavid's making?
yes,
He's worth everything because he's the best player on the team.
It's his timing. That's all it is. I
So
don't
you're
really
saying
care.
they're equivalent?
It's exactly it. It's timing.
It's timing. It has nothing to do with what you make. Has nothing to do with how. It kind of does, but it has nothing to do with what you're doing
Do
on the
you
ice.
think Austin Matthews will win an MVP and Art Ross or Rocket Richard in his career?
Yes, he
Yeah.
could. He could.
Could is a great word.
He could.
Do you think he will?
He could. I don't know if he will. He could.
I think
He's
get
that good.
Ross.
He is that good. He could.
But if I said that about Connor McDavid, the exact same question, you would say absolutely, without a doubt, yes, he will win probably all 3 of those awards sometime in his career. Austin Matthews just said maybe.
Hang on. Is Connor McDavid going to win a Stanley Cup?
I don't know, man. Probably not.
Is Matthews?
Probably.
You see how that question just flipped on you?
Well, no.
You see how that question just flipped?
but here's the thing, though. Stanley Cups aside, a guy that's going to give you the production is worth the money, right? You have a team of guys who win a Stanley Cup. That's great.
But it's about
Austin-
but it's about the team you're on. The
Right.
production that he's giving on his team, Matthews, is important. So that's where you're going to pay him the top dollars. Now, what I was saying before is like there was before the Nylander signing, the Leafs had like what 26 million. 26 million
For
around
what?
to play
In
with
cap for next
in the
year?
cap for next year, around 26
They're
million
going to have $30 million next year.
total.
I'm
Or
looking
that's-
at it right now.
Yeah, but it's all
Their
gonna,
cap,
it's
their,
gonna go
right
too
now,
fast.
$65 million is what their cap is for next year.
Mm-hmm.
So they have $30 million to play with next year. I would say between Marner and Matthews, you're going to get about $20 million. So then you have another $15 million to
I said
play
a
with.
little more, but that's fine.
So that was
Yeah,
being
but still.
generous because the number's 24, right? They're saying it's going to take $24 million to sign these 2 guys
I think so too.
because Matthews is going to get 13 and a half, and
Maybe a little
Marner
less.
might get 9.
Next year is the toughest year for their cap.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Because I would not be surprised if Marner gets 10.
It could. He could.
If somebody offer sheets him.
No one's an offer sheet.
Really?
It's foreign in this league.
Well, okay. What's my thing is kind of accurate because who's been off sheeted? Any big names have been off sheeted.
It's foreign.
Hey, man, John Tavares left. Anything can happen.
No, he left in the offseason. Like he signed.
That doesn't happen,
Yeah, he
though.
signed.
No,
Nobody
no.
off sheeted him.
I know, but
Yeah, you're right. That doesn't happen in hockey, so it happens. So what you're saying that Marner's gonna leave?
no, I can't see him leaving, man.
You're a fan.
Trying to kid, man.
You're such a fan right now.
I'm not a fan, man.
You
They're
can't
just
see Leonard leaving. You can't see Marner leaving. You can't see Matthews leaving. I still think the odd man out in this whole deal is Austin Matthews. I still
arguably
think,
the most talented guy on the ice.
yes.
Arguably.
I still
And
think
you think he's gonna be gone?
I think he just not is super keen about being a Leaf. I look at him and I'm like, this
I
guy.
don't know, man.
If anyone walks, he's the guy.
He has
Marner.
zero evidence pretty much. So.
I think Marner's sold, and I think Matthews is like, He had issues with coaching last year. We know there was known issues with coaching last year.
well, he's gonna be the fall guy, anyways.
And
Babcock.
right,
Yes.
we know there's issues there. Matthews isn't getting the time he would like on the power play. Well, I guess he's getting it now, though, right?
Well, he's got.
There
Now
hasn't been
We haven't
an
heard of
offer sheet
Oh.
offered to someone in 5 years.
No.
Nope.
And there hasn't been an accepted offer sheet
Nope.
in 11 years.
hate this league so
because
much.
the risk is
hate
way
this
too big.
What's
It
the
is.
risk? What's the risk?
What do you mean what's the
Three
risk?
first rounders.
No, it's not.
No, it's
Depends
not.
on how much you
No,
want
it's
to
not.
spend.
Depends. Yeah.
So Matthews is going to demand over $10 million,
Thank you.
right? That means the team, first of all, would have to offer him whatever it's going to be. It's going to be more than $12 million,
Yep.
Yeah.
which sure, I'm sure a lot of teams can afford. But then if you were to offer him that, if the Leafs don't match, they would have the team that was offering the compensation would be 4 first-round picks.
4 first round picks.
That's a lot to
It's
give
a
up.
lot, man. Unprotected, probably.
No one's ever
It's just
going.
straight up. It's just straight up.
Hold on
first-round
a
picks.
sec. Now, my argument to that is, if you're Phoenix, what do you have to lose?
4 first round picks.
First round
If you are
picks, man.
Phoenix, what do you have to lose that you're
first
not
round
already right now?
picks, man.
You are at the bottom of the league
Yeah.
forever. You can't attract fans. Your arena is in a bad location. This team is borderline shouldn't even be in the league. What do you have to lose by offer sheeting?
That's
Austin
an
Matthews?
old. That's an old theory.
Is it?
No, it's correct. But you lose 4 years of first
cares?
rounders. Yeah.
Who cares? What are they doing now? What are they doing now? With all those draft picks they had in the past, what are they doing?
Yeah.
I'll hit you with some knowledge here.
Shoot.
Arizona has more cap allotted to their team next year than the Leafs do. Just saying.
The picks are too much of a. I mean, you can't do
So
it.
if you,
not a
if you
risk.
were
Picks are nothing.
if you were to sign, if you were to offer sheet him for, I'm going to say it's going to take 15 or 60 million, then you would handcuff your team because they have 70 million next year is what the Coyotes have. So I'm just saying,
they're capped right now at 70 million. So what?
next year.
Next year. So
Well,
what?
the Leafs is 65.
So what? With what?
Yeah.
With what though? What are they capped with? Nothing. Who's on their team?
Are you saying talent? Talent-wise, they
Who's
don't
on
have
their team?
anything.
But still, that handcuffs you to sign anyone else.
Yeah,
Who
exactly.
cares? If I'm Phoenix, if I'm Phoenix, what they haven't drafted well at all anyway.
Yo, Phoenix
what
doesn't even
good
have
team
money.
have they put together?
Phoenix doesn't even have money. Those guys are
I would
struggling.
offer sheet them right.
Struggling.
I would have them both written up.
Yo, they're still paying Hossa five
Yeah.
something million a year, and that was their decision to get like prospects and stuff, right? So
I just don't.
I don't know. Name me your bottom feeder team that can't get it right. Why wouldn't you offer? I would do it. Now the whole thing about the league is you don't offer sheet somebody because you're hurting another GM.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing about the NHL. Oh, I don't want to hurt my fellow GMs because they might come back at me. And you've heard Brian Burke say that if someone offer sheeted me, I would go right back at them with another off sheet and screw them over.
Brian Burke is old school. We don't.
I
care
know,
about
I
that
know,
anymore.
I know.
Well, the league is old school though too.
The
But
league- yes, and that is also
the
true.
risk is so big, man.
What risk?
It's
What is Phoenix doing? What has Phoenix done?
I think Phoenix might be
So
a
why
bad
not?
example.
Why not get Austin? No, it's not a bad example. Why not get Austin Matthews on the team? Why not?
Because is your team gonna get better with Austin Matthews' team? Or are you gonna build around him without any first round picks?
You
for the
don't
next
have
4
anybody
years?
else.
Yeah, that's the way.
You don't have anybody else.
I don't know. At least he's going home.
At least you know Austin Matthews is a proven talent.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do it. They're not gonna do it. That's just one of those.
No, I don't think the NHL is going to do it. Period. No team in the NHL. I hear all these talking heads talk. Oh, this year is going to be different.
I hate how we even talk about it. I hate how it's even a thing because
no one's going to do it.
the actual risk, no team will do it. So there's
Yeah.
no point in talking about it being an option.
Yeah, no one's going to do it.
Nylander, whoo, yeah, good job.
My thing about this team. No, let's get back onto the ice now. Are the Leafs good enough though?
Boston.
Are the
That's
Leafs
it.
good enough?
You said like it's their Achilles heel.
That's it, man.
Listen,
Get over
Whoa,
Boston.
that's it? Just Boston.
Just Boston.
Just Boston. Not
Just
Tampa.
Boston. No, not Tampa.
the Penguins play the Capitals every year in the second round. And for the last 3 years, winner of that series has won the Stanley Cup. Okay? It's the same situation that the Leafs are going to have with Boston, with Tampa. Whoever gets out of this division has a good chance of going all the way. Okay? We've seen it before. Why can't the Leafs be a part of that? That's all I'm saying. We watch Pittsburgh and Washington do it year over year. Ovechkin finally overcomes the demon, and he goes straight and wins the cup.
Yep.
You're talking arguably two of the best players.
Yeah.
Sidney Crosby and Ovechkin of the last decade or so.
Yeah.
Did the Leafs
And-
have that?
Yeah.
According to you, know.
Jonathan Tavares and Austin Matthews and one of Nylander and Marner. I don't
Marner.
know. We say Marner
Marner.
today.
No, it is Marner.
We say it now. But last year, who do we say it was?
Well,
Nylander. We said it was Nylander last year. And we said Marner's the expendable. And now Nylander's the expendable. We don't know yet. Marner's having a great season, but he's sitting on a wing with Tavares, with one of the most effective players in the league. And all he's doing is passing him the puck. How many goals does he have?
Oh, look at all the tap-ins that he creates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How many goals does he have?
since he got back,
He's got
Nylander?
5 goals.
He's got 5 goals in the season.
Well, sorry, who are we talking about? Nylander.
Marner.
We're talking about
Oh,
Marner.
Marner. Sorry, yeah.
All Marner is doing is passing the puck to Tavares or whoever else. The ice is just wide open because you can't. Tavares
I don't
is
think
there.
no. I don't think it's just Tavares with Marner. Marner can.
All right. It's
No.
not. Okay. Last year, what did he do? Last year, he was expendable.
This year is a breakout year. I
Marner
will.
was our best player in the playoffs last year.
Okay. You had a good player series. That was.
Yeah, and this year I believe is a breakout season for him.
No, I wouldn't say his breakout.
All I'm
Like, we
saying
knew he
is
had
he's-
the talent, but it's just like
Marner can play. I don't think it's just Tavares. I truly believe Marner can play.
He's not scoring a lot of goals. That's all I'm saying is that he's not like.
but
He's
he,
getting a lot of
he
assists, though, and he creates.
He does create. I understand that, but this is the first year he's creating at this level, and he's sitting beside one of the top players in the league.
No, but you can't have it both ways.
Okay.
You can't have it both ways, Smythe. You can't say he creates and then say he's playing
He
beside
creates
Tavares.
for Tavares. When he's not on that line, is he that effective? The answer so far is no. And I'm not saying he's not a good player. He's having a great
When does he
season.
not play with Tavares this year?
The year before that, year before. All I'm saying
No,
is
I'm talking about this year.
I know.
Since we've seen him do this, when is he not playing with Tavares?
I know. That's my point. I'm making is that he's playing on a fantastic line with a fantastic player. He's having a breakout season, but he's not scoring the goals. He's getting the passes. And he's the first assist guy. He has the most first assists in the league by a large margin, and that's cool. But all I'm saying is that, like, I'm not ready to crown this guy yet. Like, if Tavares gets hurt, his production
Where do you
falls.
put him in the pecking order of this team?
Of this team, he's between third and fourth. I don't think he's better than Nylander right now. I don't put him above Nylander.
I put him fourth.
Who, Marner?
Yeah.
I might say Marner is the fourth or fifth most integral part to this team.
Fourth or fifth?
Because
put
you're
put
including the
Nylander above him?
goalie, and you're including
Anderson, you're including Riley.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
and that's fair.
And it's not a shot on Marner.
No.
But, like, I think this team runs through Matthews
and
and
Tavares.
Anderson before anyone else. And then Riley.
I think Tavares and Anderson first, because when Matthews was
No,
hurt,
Matthews-
that team didn't lose a step.
No, I know, but, like, when he's in.
But when he's in,
you see how good he
difference.
is.
Yeah.
He's good, but they're arguably as good without him, and it is what it is.
Man, if I was at least just pay whatever extra fees.
You can't do that.
Can't.
You
That's
can't
hard-
do
that's
that.
what a
Hard
hard
cap.
cap means.
In Gary Bettman's league, hard cap.
They'll be fine.
That's the problem with the hard
Okay.
cap.
They'll
You say
figure
that.
it out.
Yeah, well, you say that.
I think they'll be fine. Dubas' biggest problem, it really is going to be after he pays Marner and Matthews, which he will. How do you build around that for the rest of the team? They got a lot of AHL guys they're calling
like four
up.
guys, though.
A lot of Marlies they're calling
And
up.
they'll get vets, guys that want to come
They
play
just
in
a guy
Toronto,
just took
man.
a 2-year, 1.5.
Take that $1 million deal.
Yeah, the guys are taking $1 million.
Kids you
So-
don't
Well,
know
look at
are going to
guys-
have
They'll
important
pull
roles.
up Cousins, man. Be like,
Look at
they'll
guys
play DeMarcus Cousins.
like Tyler Ennis right now, who's
Yeah.
getting paid by two teams, right? The
Yeah.
Leafs and the Wild, because he was bought out by the Wild, and he comes and plays for the Leafs in the
That's
fourth
guys you
line.
get, yeah.
And you can get those guys, right?
Yeah.
You can still get those guys, and that's not an issue. My issue is going to be, like I said, next year will be the hardest year for their cap because they're going to have to figure out a way. No one's talking about Gardner, right? Like,
Yeah.
He's gone. There's no.
He
We're
might
not
be.
talking about because he's not.
But they
gonna be on this
don't
team
want to
next
get rid of
year.
him because
They
he's
would
been
love
with this
to
team for
keep
so
him,
long, man.
but he's going
Jonas
to be
is
gone.
dead.
I don't want to rehash this, but I hate salary cap, man. I hate it so much. Man. Like, I would love to see this team stick together.
That's broken.
Yeah, it's not good, man.
Did you just break his hand?
I think it's thumb.
It's Valanciunas might have broken his hand. Anyway, yeah. So I really hate the salary cap, Benny. Can you imagine if they had like a cap like the
soft cap?
NBA? Man, they
A
would
luxury
be able
tax.
They'd be able to keep this guy together. Stop. Well, stop.
But the Maple Leafs probably be like, we'll spend $100 million this year win the Stanley Cup, right?
Yeah.
It's just like one of those.
Do you guys have trepidations like I do about Babcock? Benny?
But it's like his old school style of playing. He's gonna have to. He has to keep up. He has to.
He has to keep up.
He has to.
Can he? Because Babcock would love if the Leafs all they was 1-0 games, and that's how they won.
I know. He's just gotta let the guys play, man. Just let the ponies loose, man. Let the horses loose.
Like he's embraced having a high-powered offense.
No,
Like,
he
it's
hasn't.
not like he's
No,
like looking like, hey guys, stop
he
your
has not.
scoring.
No,
He has not.
They gotta open up. Just let it open up, man. It's just
Just let it open
Yeah,
up.
remember, like NBA, like playoffs are like, remember during the season they play like crazy, like offense and stuff, and then it was like that, and then come like playoffs and they will just all
Lock it down a
defense.
bit.
But the last 2 or 3 years, this has been like crazy offense, man.
Well, you see it. So if you notice with the Leafs, I think I was talking to you about this, Smythe. Excuse me. You'll notice in the beginning of the year, scoring like crazy. Doesn't matter. Scoring all over the place. Goals. These guys are scoring 6 goals a game. Whatever. About this time around Thanksgiving and stuff like that, you see them slow down. And it happened last year too as well. You see them slow down. They're not scoring as many goals.
Because the coach runs
The
the team.
coach just keeps telling them defense. Now this happens with a similar team in the city with the Raptors, where Dwayne Casey just kept on preaching defense, instead of going, no, let's just score. Who cares if we get 4 scored on us? We're going to score 6.
Yep.
Because the Leafs can do that.
Yep.
And I don't know if Babcock's the guy for it. Now, see, when they first got him, I said to myself, why? Why did you get Babcock? I understand why you got Babcock, because he was the best coach at the time available. I get it. But remember when you guys were talking about the Jays when they hired his new coach, Smythe? And you say
Montero?
that first coach is always the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, the Leafs they lose again in the first round.
He's the fall guy, man. I know.
What's going to happen? The fans are going to be like, fire Babcock.
He's gonna be the guy
Fire
to-
Babcock.
Yep.
And again, if they don't, and then the following year, if they don't make the Stanley Cup, it's
Fire Babcock.
fire Babcock and get rid of him.
I think that with Babcock, you have one of the most respected coaches and hockey minds in the league. He's not
100%.
getting fired. He's doing his 8 years. I will.
So if,
Oh, no.
if my scenario plays out the way I said it,
here's the
you
thing.
think he's still not going to get fired?
Yeah, the why is not. The why is because he's Mike Babcock, and he's the guy that's brought here to bring the Stanley Cup to the Toronto Maple Leafs. What I do think is now that you have the talent, he is under pressure. But I don't think like playing hockey the right way is still going to be his mantra because this team is still young. If we had a bunch of veteran players and they're not responding, like you get a 6-7 game losing streak,
Tavares.
I think he's gone. But this team doesn't. That's not possible with this team. They're not losing
Well,
six.
you're saying they don't have the veterans. They have Tavares.
One. You said Tavares. That's fantastic. Thanks. Your core is young. You have one veteran, and he's not a veteran. He's a proven player. He's not really old because old is what's the old guy's name? Marlowe's old, right? You have a very young core. You have a superstar player, and you have a top tier coach. You don't throw that away in this league.
I really think Mike Babcock might get the Dwayne Casey treatment. You can't beat Boston, you can't beat LeBron.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, sorry man, you can't cut it. Ciao ciao.
3
I
times
Cut
in
the
a row.
bait.
I really
Who replaces him?
Bye.
Anybody.
Anybody.
Anybody that lets them play the way they want, the way they should be playing. I honestly, unless he's going to win a Stanley Cup in the next 2 years, which I don't think the Leafs are, he's gone in the next 2 years.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
You think they're not good enough?
No.
Do you think they won't get out of the division or they won't win the Stanley Cup?
The way this stupid playoffs is set up, they're not going to get out of the division.
If Washington could do it, I think the Leafs can do it.
How long did it take Washington to do that?
I'm not saying.
How long did it take Washington to
Hey,
do that?
The Leafs
10
are,
years.
The Leafs are 3 years in. This could be this year or next year could be their time to get out, right? And once they get out, I don't know what's going to happen because Washington seemingly steamrolled their way after that.
10 years.
Yeah, it was a while.
You want to say something because you keep over there. You think they're good enough to get out of the division?
Leafs are going to win the Stanley Cup
When?
twice in the next 3 years.
No, they won't. No, they won't. They won't even get to the finals.
Leafs win the Stanley Cups 2 of the next 3 years.
2 of the next 3 years.
Here's the thing. I do think they're good.
Wait, sorry. They will win within the 2 or 3 next years?
No.
Or they're
I'm
going to
saying-
get 2.
I'm
Out of the
saying,
next 3
including
years.
this year and next year and the year after, they'll win 2 of those 3.
That's how good.
Even
you
though
think
another
they are.
team has never done that since Detroit.
Pittsburgh Penguins just did it.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
sorry,
just did
Pittsburgh
it,
Penguins,
and which
excuse
is recent.
Who had the best player in the league?
Well, now the Leafs have the best player in the league, so second
David?
best player. Yeah, second best player in the best player in the playoffs.
I think the problem is Babcock. I honestly
I don't.
I honestly
I think it's defense, man. We all know it's defense.
I don't care
no,
about
no,
defense.
no,
They can
no.
score.
I think
don't
those
care
days.
about
I think those days are over.
their defense is their offense. I don't care about
those
defense.
days are
I
over.
really don't
You
care.
can't blame it on defense because they have a great defensive team this year, and that's not costing them any games
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, I don't think it's defense. I
They-
think it's the way they play.
They'll be fine, man. Like you can't. I don't know, man. I just think I see times where before I was like, see these trap games and like these games where like they can lose, and I'm like, they're not doing it this year, except for when they play Boston.
Well, to me, it's like because I made the parallel with the Raptors. It's like
Don't.
Who cares? Who cares
Don't.
about them? Why not?
Don't make the pair with the Raptors because the Raptors tried it for so long, but now the Leafs added Tavares and like Anderson's playing out of his mind, and these guys are older. Riley's like a Norris Trophy candidate this year.
Well, I can't make the comparison.
Why would you make that such an easy like scapegoat? Like it's an easy thing to say.
Oh,
It's
but
like,
hang on. Well, the Raptors were arguably some years you would say they
in
were
the
best.
regular season.
Exactly.
I know.
And they couldn't wait, and they couldn't beat that one team.
Okay,
That's all.
but
They could not beat
So
LeBron James.
who's Leafs kryptonite right now? The Bruins because they
Bruins.
lost them in 7 games last year with this current roster. They lost them in
I think
2013.
Tampa's better than them too as well.
But they haven't matched up with them in the playoffs, so it's not the same as the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? Because the Cleveland Cavaliers beat them 3 seasons or 2
3 in a row.
seasons?
Three
Three in a row. The Leafs played the Bruins to 7 games last year, and they were winning in the third quarter. Third period.
Third period.
And like, Yeah, like they didn't win,
And
but,
then
like,
they added John Tavares. You got we can't.
Hang on a second. And every time that Anderson goes to Boston,
He has not played well.
He doesn't play well in Boston. He
look,
does
man,
not.
I,
play well
I
in
won't.
Boston.
I won't disagree with that.
But hey, hold on. This team added Jonathan Tavares.
Tavares was their last game.
I know.
Tavares was their last game and they lost.
Yeah, but it wasn't their last series when.
No,
they
but you're talking about
picked
regular
to the
season
seven.
game in December.
I know.
Nazem Kadri's taking important face-offs last time they played.
Yeah.
Toronto needs to get that home. They need to have that home
But they
advantage
will
because they melt like I don't know, man, like a hot knife on butter.
First of all,
in
Boston-
Game 7
No.
at that Garden,
Boston's
they can't
a very
win, man.
good team. They're
Can't shake that.
they're a year older. They're not as good as they were before. They won the last time.
Boston also they don't have a goalie right now.
In
They
a
have two.
seven-game
They have,
series,
they
we
have
should
one
kill
A and one B,
Yeah.
and none of them scare me. None of them I'd be scared of to shut me out in the playoffs right now. Right? Like I don't know. I
I don't know, man.
it's so easy to like use that comparison.
Scapegoat.
Yeah, with the Cavs, like, but that's different. You have different guys now. Like maybe Matthews was hurt last year in the playoffs. I don't know. Like he wasn't utilized properly, but like it's not the same as like the Raptors who had guys who couldn't compete in the playoffs. Like DeMar DeRozan was terrible in the playoffs. Like Casey just didn't adjust.
Hey, he was just like Austin Matthews in the playoffs.
No,
Austin Matthews was hurt in the playoffs. That's the difference.
I don't think he would play that well. But anyway, I think in the playoffs he's not
Well,
the
Marner
same.
stepped up. Marner stepped up in the playoffs.
He's not the
they,
same
they just
player.
had so many players. So it
two
wasn't
Stanley
really-
Cups are coming here in the next 3 years.
Wow, you heard it from Wells, and I say none.
Bold.
I say Babcock gets fired before they win their first Stanley Cup.
No,
It's not like the NBA. They don't fire coaches while the job's being
Yes,
done.
they do.
But Washington, I was like, I was like, Washington just did
Yes, they do.
whatever.
And then another team will hire them. They just keep recycling coaches.
Yeah, well,
That's all they do. They just
as I
keep-
was saying, the
they'll probably, when they fire Babcock, they'll probably bring in
NHL
Hitchcock.
has 31 teams and 33 head coaches, basically.
They'll fire Babcock and bring in Hitchcock.
But
that's the way this league goes.
What a turnaround that was, though.
What turnaround?
That was the right call in Edmonton.
They're 500.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. Since the switch, 7-2-1. Did they play last night? Did they lose last night? 7-3-1. They're a much better team.
That was-
they won last night 6-4.
8-2-1 since they brought in Hitchcock.
Yep.
Who told like I feel like he just has these guys playing like adults now.
Yeah,
Instead of a bunch of
7-2-1.
kids, they're now professionals.
Is it going to last?
Yes.
No.
Will it last into the playoffs?
I don't think so. Because
Why not?
they're playing Draisaitl and Connor McDavid together again.
Yeah, but they're starting to score from other lines now.
Yeah, but they're winning. I don't care what they're doing. They can do whatever they want.
All right.
They were losing, and now they're winning. All I'm saying is that A, sometimes change is needed, and B, there's certain guys that get players playing. I kind of like Hitchcock.
Why?
I feel like he's just a he comes in, he's like, guys, do what you're supposed to do, you're professionals, whatever, and people just get it and they just start doing it. Like they're I feel like Hitchcock doesn't force anything on you. He just walks in,
So many times you see this when a coach gets fired in every sport. All of a sudden the team just perks
starts
up.
playing better.
All of a sudden they just perk up
Yeah, it changes
for a few games.
Yeah, is that how it's going in St. Louis?
No,
Man,
they
brother,
went the
guys are
the
fighting each other.
they went the exact opposite way in St.
So
Louis.
that's not
Not every
I don't
team.
know about that myth. Urban legend.
Urban legend.
You've never seen it before?
I have seen it.
Yeah.
But it depends on who the coach is and
Yeah.
what's happening.
I think Hitchcock's the right guy.
St. Louis is now going to blow it up because they fired their coach and they still stink.
Yeah, they're not. they're not. Yeah, they're not. Gonna
Kings
do
fired their coach and they still stink.
Yeah.
So
Well, they sucked anyway. They weren't.
well, they still suck now.
Yeah.
The Oilers sucked and now they're doing well with a coach who's capable.
I don't know. I like Hitchcock.
They also
I
had a
was-
coach who was an overachiever before, who underachiever.
had one good season.
Where
No.
did he coach before? I can't
San
remember.
Jose.
San Jose. Yeah.
And we all know how they do. They're like
Well,
the
look at them now, though.
The Toronto.
no, they're just
the Houston
they're like
Rockets.
the Sharks would always be one of the President's Trophy candidates and
then stink it up in the
just do nothing in the
That's
playoffs.
good. That's a good analogy right there. Houston
Yeah.
Rockets.
Look at the Eric Carlson experiment in San Jose. Can we officially say now that is not going well?
We'll see.
It looks like.
Free agent.
What?
He's gonna be free agent.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah.
So who cares? He's
It
dumb.
looks like to me because he was always on the #1 penalty killer in Ottawa.
Yeah. No one wants
I
to kill penalties. I don't want to do that.
No, sorry,
Power play?
power play. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I think he's the second power play line. I think he is right now.
Yeah.
Well, everyone uses 4 forwards now on your power play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't think he's found a spot there yet.
I just
Because he's not used to it.
it is.
I don't think he's used
It
to it
is.
there.
He's having his worst
Thor-
season
'cause Thor-
almost ever.
Yes, because I don't think he's found a spot. Because
Thornton's off the top 6. His grandpa now.
he's still playing. He's still playing on the penalty killer. Or
Power play line?
power play. Sorry, penalty killer. Sorry, power play line. Excuse me.
Thornton's a grandpa. They said Joe Thornton has a job in San Jose as long as he wants to play. If he's
Well, that's
45
NHL,
and he's like, I would still like a spot in this team, there's a 4th line spot for that guy. That's what he's
NHL,
done
right?
for the city.
They're still second in their division. Like they're fine.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just
wrong with
Well, it wasn't. It's not as like we all thought it was. They're gonna probably run away with
thought they were
that.
dynamic.
Well, that division they're in is wide open, right? Especially with Vegas dropping down a bit. And-
Come back to earth.
Yeah.
Calgary's playing well now,
Calgary is
It's
the best
killing-
team in the West.
Yeah.
Sorry, second best team in the West.
winning that division.
Sorry, they are the best team in the West.
Are they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
42
The
points.
team aside, though, like, Erik Karlsson is not having a good year.
You said that already.
I know, but I'm like, it's like I was like, Jesus. I thought he was like, man, I'm playing for a winner. It's gonna be great.
No,
You actually
man.
didn't
But
say
think
that.
about it, man. He's been playing. How long he's been playing in Ottawa? How many years?
I don't know. But
That's a big change, man.
he's been the number one guy on every team he's played for.
You mean
Since-
the only team he's played for?
Well, even in like when he was a kid, like since forever. And now he comes here. It's Thornton's team. So
It's Brent Burns' team.
Yeah, it's not.
Burns team.
Thor's a grandpa, bro. He's out there just collecting dust.
They
Sorry,
have
I meant to say Burns. I
they
didn't
have
mean to say
they have
Thornton.
a
I meant
really
to say
good
Burns.
team.
Mind you, they're 2 points from not being in the playoffs at all. So like, how good? Anyway,
No,
Easy.
but again, we thought it
Yeah.
was going to be like, yeah, they're going to.
I thought they'd be dominating. They should. The way that roster looks, I thought they'd be awesome. And Carlson's sneaking it up. That's how I feel.
Seattle got rewarded with a team now.
Poor Quebec.
Bro, Gary Bettman is the man, bro.
Is it?
Yeah. Here's why.
Go ahead.
He has teams like cities lining up for teams in this league. When's the last time the NBA thought about expanding? The NBA has nobody lining up for teams.
Actually, that's not true.
Where?
That's not true.
I haven't heard
Seattle
a
wants
rumor
a team,
about.
No, because
Seattle and Vegas are two other
yeah,
teams too as
because
well in the
what's
NBA.
the name? The commissioner shuts it down every time.
He doesn't want-
He said they're not ready to expand. That's why he shuts down every time. Gary
Anyway.
Bettman, on the other hand, he tells everyone, "Yeah, we can expand. Just build us an arena,
In
and we'll never come."
in 3 more years, Gary Bettman's gonna put a team in whatever. He's gonna have a 40-team league eventually.
No, he's not. This is it. He wanted the even number of 32. This is it.
I don't know, man.
He wanted Seattle for like 10 years.
I slow clap for him to get Seattle to shell out $650 million for a team.
Well, because he's going to open up the door, right, to NBA team. This is what's going to happen.
Is it?
Yeah, it will, man.
Probably.
It will.
Do you think that Seattle
It's
was
like
like,
Vegas
if
is
we
gonna get
get
an
this
NBA team
team,
too,
we'll
man.
get an NBA team?
Vegas is going to get an NBA team.
I
They're
don't know,
next.
man. I don't.
Well, there's nothing really left
I've
anyways.
heard
I think-
zero buzz about the NBA expanding.
Watch it.
No, I'm telling you,
They will
this
do it.
happens. It happens.
If
There is,
the NFL's going, everybody's going.
because Seattle didn't want an NHL team; they wanted an NBA team.
Yeah.
When's the last time the NBA had an expansion team?
It was
Thank you.
Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Charlotte,
Yeah, that was it. There was 2 teams at that time. Charlotte.
No,
and...
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah,
New Orleans
yeah.
was it?
Yeah.
Because Charlotte had
This
Hornets.
is the thing about the expansion in the 2 different leagues.
no. Charlotte moved to New Orleans, so it's not really expansion.
Yeah,
team.
you're right.
So
Charlotte was the expansion.
Charlotte was
yeah,
because
because
they got the Babcocks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's think about the other 2 leagues. So, what happens when you expand? You basically have to split that pie of revenue because the NBA and NHL both have revenue sharing. The difference between the NHL and the NBA is when the NHL sees that price tag of what was it, $650 million, owners jump up and go, "Oh, we can split that $650 million amongst all of us." That's what they're looking at. The reason that the NBA won't expand is because the other owners in that league are going, "No, because I have to give up my share of the pie of the money that we're making," which is quite a lot. You can make an argument that the NHL kind of needs that expansion to give them that injection of money because not every team in the NHL is making killer money like the NBA. I'd probably say one or two teams in the NBA aren't making a profit. Maybe.
This is a cause
Really,
of much
that's
debate amongst the team.
Yep.
Well, okay. I'm gonna go over to Wells now.
No, because we
can't have that
just look at TV deals and we look at
Yeah.
how well televised games
Are more teams in the AHL not making money than the NBA?
No, I won't agree with that.
Really?
I believe the NBA is making. I believe there are more profitable teams in the NBA than there are NHL. I will agree with you 100% on that.
Okay, that's what I was saying.
But I'm
Sorry,
also
that's not
saying there's a lot of NBA teams who aren't doing well.
Yeah, I was one of the things I was going to say is if you take away that NBA contract money, the TV money.
But you can't. That's because that's the money. You
No,
can't
but-
take
but-
that.
but
You
like-
can't
But
take
if
that
you
away.
do, then you'll see
can't.
how.
But you can't take that away.
No,
That's where they're making
and
their
I'm
money.
I'm not saying take
Take
it away.
away their biggest source of money.
I'm
They're
not. I'm
making
not
a lot
saying
of
take it
money.
away, but I'm also saying like the NBA has way more eyeballs and way
Who's
more sellable players,
Whose
right?
fault is that?
Yes.
That's not the
that's-
NHL.
That's the
That's
sport.
not
That's the
Is
sport,
it?
man. It's the
Is
sport.
it?
It's the sport.
But hold on. That's the sport.
It's just the eyeballs watching the game. Like
That's
some
all
people
part of the
won't watch
argument,
NHL,
though.
and it's
Yes.
nothing to do with the NHL's fault.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's
Go on,
just
go
the
on,
sport.
go on.
man.
It is.
No,
Go
it's
on, go on, go on.
not.
I'll explain to you why. Go on.
Here's
Not,
your
man. You gotta hold.
Here's what you're saying.
It's a demographic thing.
Yeah.
You're saying the NBA is more profitable because there's more eyeballs in the league and their TV contracts are
There's
bigger.
no debate. The NBA will make more money as a grand total
Right.
than the NHL will,
Yeah, we're not
and
debating-
we're
I'm
not
not
debating
debating
that.
that.
Right.
That's not an issue.
So the bottom
My-
team in the NHL and the bottom team NBA, which one makes more money? The NBA
I don't
team.
know.
NBA team, 100%. Like, there's no. I think the TV contracts in the NBA make more money than 90% of the NHL teams.
Sure.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
And that's the Sacramento Kings make more money than a top 10 team in the NHL.
Sure.
Okay. And that's just because of TV contract.
Sure.
That's not taking into account people that watch the game, people that are buying jerseys. You're not taking into account people that are going to these games. You're not taking into account. There's many different factors, right? I'm saying if you buy an NHL team, you are going to make less money than almost every NBA team.
But you can still turn a profit.
Right.
NHL.
Now,
Well, the NHL teams mostly are. If they don't get guys, if they don't get people in the door, they most of the time lose money.
maybe.
Sure.
That's basically the NHL.
So my whole
The
drawback.
NBA can make money with having half the people in the door.
Yeah. So my whole
Depends
draw
on
is
where
that
you are.
Gary
Depends,
Bettman
yes.
has cities lining up for teams, despite the fact that a lot of these teams are not making the same money that NBA teams would make, and I think it's amazing. That was my whole point. Good job, Gary Bettman.
But to what detriment to the league though?
Who cares? That's not his job.
What detriment?
So now you have that piece of the pie that's arguably not making that much money.
Yep.
Now you have to split it up again.
Depends on where though.
It does, but with the revenue sharing, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Now you have to split that pie up a little more now, right? Because now you brought in another team.
That's how it works.
Now, I'm not trying to discredit Seattle because I actually think Seattle's a good idea. I think Seattle will make money in that league. Vegas, we'll see what happens when they're in last place. We'll see. We'll see
Yeah,
what
but when
happens.
any
I
team's
agree,
in
but they had
last
a dream
place-
start,
Yeah.
and that they had a dream start,
They did. They did.
and that
And
makes
that dream start brought Seattle in much quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens when they're in last place and the Raiders are there. Like
I
Nashville.
won't disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
any team in last is in trouble, right?
Now, my whole thing about
Look, you were even saying
on.
when you were there in Vegas is how crazy it is,
Yeah,
how
it is.
how much they enjoy it, right?
with a
Like,
good team, with a good team.
regardless, like you went to a game this year in October or whatever, and like it was booming, right? It was going nuts, and it's they for that 1 year that they did well, for I don't know how many years that team will be affected by it. It'll be a lot though,
Yeah.
because
And again, I did talk to, again, the same podcast, I did talk to a local there, Benny. And he said, the guy who got tickets off, whatever. Now, he said that he's a scalper. So he said that the NHL basically cucked them and blocked them out of the ticket market pricing. So they didn't give
really?
them tickets. So
Yeah.
they blocked them because the NHL, the
selling
Knights took
without-
over the third party
Yeah.
selling. And he was laughing because he's like, when the Raiders come and that team's in last place, they'll be begging for those guys to come back.
100%.
But they're gonna come back. It's not like they're gonna be like, we won't sell.
I know,
your
but what are they
tickets.
now? What are they going to sell the tickets for? That's my whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what? But even with the the Raiders going there to a game once a week, man.
I know, but as an
Oh.
average
Would you-
family, where you have
Yeah.
to pick, right?
Would you rather go to 3 Knights games or 1 Raiders game?
You know, honestly,
It depends. It depends on
honestly,
the person.
it's probably a lot what the NHL envision of LA and people going there on the weekends and partying and go watching the games. That's more. That applies more to actually the NFL.
Wait,
than
LA
more-
or Vegas?
Remember,
You said LA.
Vegas.
Yeah,
Sorry, Vegas.
think,
Yeah.
think of this though. The Raiders will have 8 games in
I know.
Vegas. That's it, right?
Yeah.
The Golden Knights have 41. So there's more nights you can go to a Vegas
Hang
game.
on. Do you know how much it is to get into an NFL game, though?
Yeah, I understand that, but all I'm saying is that there's
have
only
you
8
seen
games.
the stadium they're building there?
Yeah, but it's
going
8
to cost a
games.
lot.
Yeah, I'm not saying. All I'm saying is that if you're there, there's a much more of a chance of Vegas being playing than the
But
Raiders.
hang on, I'm going to use that as an example. I would say you're an average household.
Yeah,
If you were to get season tickets So you're getting Leafs and Raptors now? Or are you going to pick one?
Yeah, you gotta pick one.
You have to pick one. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Now, who in Vegas? Well, sorry, in the United States,
but I'm not-
where do you think it's
But
more
Vegas
likely?
also has the luxury of it being a destination.
You do.
I
Yeah,
know,
you do.
man. That's what I'm saying. And
do.
it's in a Sunday morning
yeah.
game. I mean, Sunday. You actually play the games at the 4 o'clock. You do the 4 o'clock start.
Yeah.
If I was Vegas,
Vegas is a different beast, right? Because like it's, I don't know what the fan base is. I don't know what the accumulation of percentage of how many are locals to like tourists, right? But
Yeah.
like Vegas is kind of a one-off because of the destination is. People are going to be there every weekend from out of town, right?
When I was there, the people around me, they all seemed local. The majority of them seemed
What
local.
night did you go?
It was, oh jeez, I can't remember what day it was.
Was it a weeknight or a weekend?
I honestly can't remember. I have to look at it.
Yeah, but
It was such
yeah,
a blur. It was so amazing.
I can't remember.
That's why when I
They're
was
playing
like-
Tampa Bay. I honestly can't remember. But yeah, it was the people around me.
Yeah.
They were all locals.
I think that the majority of because there's so many games, 41 games is a lot. Okay, your locals are gonna go there,
But-
you have 8 NFL games. A lot of those tickets are gonna be spiffed. 100%.
But you just said you have to pick. You just said if it was you would pick.
Yeah, but if I was
So-
local, I'm gonna pick. But I'm saying most of those tickets aren't going to locals. The NFL games,
No, they are going locals.
NFL games.
NFL
They'll go
games,
you
to
need
anyone.
Dude, you need.
But you made
Yeah,
a good
go.
point
Sorry.
there. Is that you said that the game that you went to and you can't remember which day it was, whether it was
Yeah.
a weekday or a weekend.
I should
The
look-
fact
I'll
that
look
you said it was locals, most of the people there, is great for that franchise.
No, it should
Because-
be. No, if for a franchise to survive, you can't just depend on
No,
people
totally.
flying. You can't.
But if you have your if
Yeah.
majority of the people going there are locals,
Then it's perfect.
Then you're doing great because now you have people coming from other town fighting for tickets like you did and
I don't know,
overpaying.
but-
No, but
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
get what
Like,
you're saying. I understand
you
what
went there
Yeah.
and you asked for tickets.
Yeah.
So that's what their mission accomplished.
And anywhere it's going to happen, it's going to happen in Vegas. All I'm saying is with 8 NFL games a year in Vegas, it's going to be bonkers.
yeah, man.
And they're going to be corporate seats, spiffs from casinos. I bet you the first
Yeah.
season's already sold out right now.
Yeah, all the casino tickets just alone.
It's just, they're not going to have problems selling tickets at all.
No, man.
yeah, I don't fully believe that. It was a Saturday. I went
There you go. This weekend.
Saturday at 3 p.m.
Hockey's weird like that. I hate hockey. Like, they've decided that prime time's like not for them.
I was sitting in a barbershop with Mark, getting my hair out. Shout out to Mark. And it was a Thursday, and it was a random hockey game on
Right?
at
Like,
3 p.m.
What are you guys doing?
But I always thought to myself, why not?
Yeah.
Because who's going to watch it?
How many times have you been at home and you just sit there and you watch darts?
Because nothing else is on.
And I guarantee you, everyone in this room has done it. Where you just sit there, Sportsnet on. I'm just gonna watch darts or snooker, just because on. Why not put it? Why not put a game on? I don't understand why leagues don't do that. Just put a random game on.
It's just background noise, man.
Yeah.
It's like baseball in the summer, man. It's
How many,
background
then
noise.
again, am I lying? How many times have you sat there? You're like, okay, well, there's nothing on. I'm just gonna watch darts.
Nah, not darts,
100%
man.
you've done it. You sat around at 3 p.m.
180.
You're like
Not darts.
you're flicking through. You're like, I'm just gonna leave it on Sportsnet. It's darts or something. I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It just seems like there's so many. I guarantee you, if the NFL, NHL, NBA, excuse me, I went through every league except for the one I want to talk about.
NASCAR.
NASCAR. If the NBA does want to add another team, they're going to move a team. I think they're more likely to move a team than actually add a team.
Well, the talk is Phoenix, maybe even, man.
The talk should be Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Yeah, man, Phoenix, because they're so bad, not run properly.
Sacramento was the one that was.
No, but it was before. But Sacramento, the one who came in, build the new stadium and stuff. They don't.
What's that
Phoenix-
place called? The Sleepy Time Arena or something?
Yeah,
Smoothie King Center.
Oh, yeah.
No, sorry, that's the
That's the
Pelicans.
Jazz,
That's
or the Pelicans.
Smoothie King Center.
yeah. So that they spent good money in that arena, man.
The talk I hear is if Anthony Davis leaves, New Orleans is no one's gonna go to that game.
Yeah, there's nothing.
No one's gonna go to those games, and that might be another team that they might move or whatever.
move
Where
again.
are you moving them? Seattle.
Seattle.
And then nothing else?
I don't know, man.
Vegas is
There's-
another one. Vegas
Vegas is another location.
The mayor of Vegas basically she came on and said like she wants everything. She wants every.
Of course,
every
we like
team.
every team.
Oh, I wouldn't see why not.
NBA would be good. NBA would kill the NHL. Kill the Vegas Knights.
Well, it's already a thing with the summer league with the
Yeah, they play in Vegas.
No, I know, but like having
actually having a
every
team.
time.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
And it would suck to have that Sunday noon game if you had that in Vegas. Good luck,
I don't know.
I don't know if that's a thing.
guys. Go out, man.
Well, they go in Toronto too.
Yeah, and yeah,
This is they go to Toronto too. I don't know if that's the same.
The Raptors even play now on a Sunday at noon now? They stop.
No, they don't. They stopped doing that. They stopped doing that because
They're too good now. They don't have to play that. They don't need that time slot anymore. It's not a good time
It's
slot.
kind of weird. I don't know why they stopped that.
It's not a good time slot.
It isn't. No, it isn't. You're right.
Not for visiting teams.
No one watches that.
No, period. It's not a good time slot. Period. Because no one's watching.
Yeah.
Anything else in the NHL you guys want to touch on?
No.
I had Eugene Melnick in the Ottawa Senators. You guys want to talk about that? No.
Sorry, Eugene.
Yo, Jane.
Had that in the back burner for a while.
You're like, I really want to talk about it.
Let's start talking about it. Eugene Melnick.
No.
He's never gonna give it a team. He's never
No.
gonna give it up.
Next topic.
Yeah, he's never gonna give it up. Because without the team, he's nobody. Some NBA.
Some basketball.
What's got our group chat heated is
This is a hot topic, actually.
is the Toronto Raptors. You two guys are perfect in this room because I always, and again, not to sound disrespectful about this, because I gauge you guys as, and I'm talking about Benny and Smythe, as fans. You guys are fans of the team. You live and die with every play.
Yo, I love this team.
You guys live.
This is my
especially
team.
Smythe.
This
It's
is
like
my team. I'm not gonna
Smythe. If Kyle Lowry misses a shot, trade him. He sucks. You can't even have him on his team. If he hits a shot, this guy's the greatest. We should run the offense through him.
I do get upset very, very consistently with the Raptors.
Now Lowry's having his up and down. I can't see it. I can't see a TV. Benny and Wells. So you got to tell
He's
me
back
how
now.
Lowry's.
He's fine today.
Yeah, he's good tonight, yeah.
He's fine today.
How Lowry is doing
He said that one game.
because 2 games ago you two guys were trade him.
Bro.
I don't know about
get
trade
Bradley.
him.
They
No.
said it. No, these two guys said
I
it.
said
Wells.
if Bradley Beal's available and you can trade Kyle Lowry straight up for him, I'd do it right now.
Smythe also made a good point. He said, if I'm paying someone $33 million a year and they score 0 points in
in
a
one
game,
game.
I don't care.
In
name
one
me another
game.
person who gets paid $33 million that didn't score a point in a
I
game.
don't care. It's one game. I can't.
What do
think
you mean you
of-
don't care?
In one game.
It's not your money.
In one game.
Oh.
And you want to trade him?
But 5, 2,
Name me the last
0.
all-star
I can't.
who didn't get
I can't.
injured in a game, who
can't.
didn't
Scored
score a
0
point.
points.
No, and when we had
There's
the
probably
chat,
not.
the
There's
chat
probably
group,
not.
the reason why I brought up Bradley Beal is because what are you going to give up to get a guy like Bradley Beal?
Probably
It has
Lowry.
to be Lowry, and that's the only reason why I put it up.
Probably Lowry.
That's why I said it.
But then you don't have a point guard.
You know what? The
got
way
a couple.
the way the team was pushing the ball, running the ball, like
You don't have a point guard.
No, Van Vliet had
I'm-
what, 15
I'm-
assists last
Please,
night?
get out of here.
But they're not even playing point. Who cares?
Listen.
The way they're playing basketball,
No.
who cares to bring the ball?
Van
Who's calling the
Vliet-
plays?
Yes, because Lowry does it.
Van Vliet
This what-
starting is playing great when he starts.
Wait,
Yes, he is.
Van
15,
Vliet is
15 assists last night, and he started.
And
Last night.
And he's averaging about...
and Kyle Lowry's leading the
Recency
league in
bias.
assists. Yes.
but
And Kyle Lowry's
but
leading
based
the
on
league
that
in
logic, Van Vliet will lead the league in assists if he started.
No,
That's
he's not. No, that's not based on that logic.
based on that logic. All I'm saying...
You're right. You're right.
Sample size.
Yeah,
2-game sample
hang on.
size.
No, he is right.
MVP!
You trade LeBron James and bring him over to the Cavs, and then you bring in Dellavedova. So based on that logic, Dellavedova should be scoring 20 points.
No.
20 points a game
No.
and leading the league, right?
No.
You can just insert anybody into that position and they'll score, right?
All I'm saying
Right?
is that when you insert Van Vliet into the starting lineup, he plays good basketball. He's not coming out there and doing a
He's
terrible
not a
job.
starter. He's not a starter. He's not as good as Lowry. Not even close to.
He can't defend like Lowry. And I don't think Lowry's a great defender, but he's better than Van Vliet because Van Vliet's too small to defend.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. That's just the way it is. Here we
Lowry's
are.
small
Lowry is,
in basketball standards.
Yeah, but Lowry's way more aggressive.
but at least Lowry's
than Van Vliet.
6'1". He's a little chunky. He takes charges.
Yeah.
I don't think Lowry's an elite defender by any means. He's never
not
made an
Paul
all
George.
defensive team.
No, he's not Paul
He's not in the conversation for all defensive. So when we talk about him being a great defender, I don't know where that logic comes from. But that's
He's a good defender
beside
for
the
his.
point.
He does a job for his position,
Yeah, whatever.
and he's been probably the best defender on this team for the last 3 years. Not now, not this year, but he's probably
Not now, not ever again.
not this year, but
Yeah, but-
because they obviously brought in better defenders. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And
just,
how well did they do when
Pardon
he
me?
was the best defender on the team?
well, it's
Well-
not. They lost to
Well,
one
my point
team.
is he's been the best defender in the league. So
Yeah.
how far are you going to get with Kyle Lowry being your best defender on the team? That's my point.
Well, here's the thing. They didn't lose to anyone else besides the best team in the
know.
East
And you would
for
say
the
that.
3 years in a row. We can't.
Yeah,
we
but they
can't knock this
struggled.
team.
Struggled to get
When it came to the playoffs, they struggled.
This last year, which is why Dwayne Casey lost his job, they actually did not have a plan because we saw the Pacers play LeBron James and they won 3. Then we saw the Boston Celtics play LeBron James and they won 3. And we saw Golden State play LeBron James and they won 4. and they went any. If everyone else is taking this team to 7,
Was
how
that
are we
Dwayne Casey
getting
or
swept?
Yeah.
Was that Dwayne Casey or
Yeah,
or
Tom.
DeRozan's scared of
Yeah.
LeBron
No.
James?
It's because DeRozan just beat LeBron James 3 out of 4 games this year already, and it's
Yeah,
December.
regular season though, man.
It's December.
season.
I don't care. He did it. He just beat him 3 out of 4. He's not afraid of
But
him.
he got benched in the playoffs.
I don't care. That's on the
What
coach.
are you talking about? You don't care.
If DeMar DeRozan,
So the coach drew up a play. Hey, DeRozan suck. That's the play he drew up.
no, what I'm saying is that the coach is the guy that has to go, and he went. And we're
I understand who he went, but what you're telling me is last year when he got benched, Dwayne Casey drew up a play. DeRozan suck. That's the play he drew up.
No, DeRozan had a bad game.
No, he sucked. He sucked the whole series.
No, he was okay.
He was garbage.
He was okay.
And he's been garbage for like 2 years.
No, man, he didn't have bad series every single time he saw LeBron James. He didn't play horrible every time. They didn't win the games, but it's not because he wasn't scoring 20-something points. There was a handful of times he didn't score 20-something points. Out of those 14 games, I will say maybe 6 games he didn't score over 20 points. Mm-hmm. I guess that's enough, isn't it?
You just answer your own
I
question.
guess.
I guess.
that's enough.
Maybe,
All-
I
all-
guess.
But all I'm saying is like, I don't think it was on the actual basketball team. I think that team was good enough to win some games. Don't get me. They got swept 2 out of 3 years.
All right.
That's a problem.
All right. That's in the past now. But how good is this team, Benny? How good is this Raptors team?
They're good, man. They're good. But
who can you see beating them in a 7-game series
in the East,
in the East? Just in the East. Can Philadelphia do it?
no. Their bench sucks.
The bench does suck.
They don't really have that much depth anyway. Period.
No, yeah.
Bucks.
Maybe
Giannis is a
Bucks.
scary dude.
Giannis is a scary dude, but he's hard. But if you can keep him on the perimeter, keep him in front of you, it's the only way you're going to beat that guy. And we know that the Bucks always, not that they choke in the playoffs, but they're not successful in the playoffs.
This is a different Giannis, though. I will say that.
It's still, regardless, but everyone else, like I don't know. It's we'll see. Bucks. There's Boston. Yes, Boston's playing really good.
How about Boston?
I think
Now Boston's kind of coming into form now.
I'll tell you this: as long as Toronto gets is the higher seed than Boston, they have the home advantage.
They've
That's
done that
good.
before, though.
Not against Boston though.
They didn't play Boston, but they did have a higher seed.
Yeah.
No, but against Boston in
Well,
particular.
they'll have the higher
Okay.
seed this year for sure.
Yeah.
Who's coaching the Milwaukee Bucks?
Budenholzer?
Oh, Boone. Yeah.
Why did Boone lose his job in Atlanta?
Because you had a crap team.
Couldn't beat LeBron
LeBron, yeah.
James. LeBron
Once.
James is twice.
Twice.
LeBron James is gone. He's a 60-win guy. He's the
Are you
guy.
going back to the past? I tried to keep going forward. You keep going back to that.
All I'm saying is that Milwaukee can beat us in a 7-game series. We have to take that threat very
Hey,
serious.
mind you, the Raptors wanted that coach.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. That was our first choice for coach. We are 0-2 against Milwaukee Bucks. We should be worried about the Bucks. Because this guy, if it wasn't for LeBron James, would be in the NBA Finals just like the Raptors team. If we don't take that seriously, we're gone.
I don't know about that.
LeBron destroyed seven franchises.
Yeah. He's gone now. He's gone. Yeah, LeBron's gone now. So we don't talk about him. So you don't talk about him now. But can the Raptors beat the Celtics?
Yes, I think so.
Ooh, really? Eh?
I think so. It's just Kyrie. That's the biggest factor.
Tatum.
We'll see, man.
Hayward?
Rozier.
Nah.
Rozier plays hard, man. Smart plays hard.
I would like to see Tatum getting double teamed in the playoffs. I haven't paid attention yet. I haven't noticed it, but I don't think he really got double teamed at all in the playoffs last year.
They couldn't.
Can't. Look at all
They
the
couldn't.
players.
Look
in
at
the
those players
team.
again.
Who are you going to double team? Who's going to leave open?
Well,
They're all going to shoot it, and they're all going to hit. I think we're just better than Boston. I'll be honest. We're longer. If Kyrie Irving doesn't score 40 points, they can't beat us. And he can't score 40 every night.
Well, he didn't score 40 or 9.
Has he even scored 40 once this year?
Yes, against us.
in overtime.
Against who?
Against us. He beat us by scoring 40 points.
You mean us when you say the Raptors?
Yes. Me and my team.
And the reason is just because Kyle's faster than Kyrie, man. I mean, Kyrie's faster than
No,
Kyle.
Kyrie's a superstar. I don't care who's guarding him.
Kyrie Irving is a superstar. Like
Kyrie's a superstar.
No, but like it's not like Kyle could like play some defense on him and try to slow him down.
It doesn't matter who you put in front of Kyrie. He can score 40 if he is on.
I get it, man.
He is
but
great.
You put a bigger body on him or a more athletic
There's
player.
nothing you can do. Kyrie can score 40.
Yo, I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Everyone's worried about Kawhi, right? Like, will he sign? Will he re-sign
I'm not really worried
with
about
the
it.
Raptors?
Yeah.
The Raptors are 6-1 without Kawhi in the
I know.
lineup.
You've been saying that. You have been saying that.
Yeah,
They're
but
fine.
the Kawhi is for playoffs, man. Strictly only.
If Kawhi
Strictly.
leaves, we have millions in the cap to sign anybody else.
Yeah, but who's going to come here?
No one's coming here. No one's coming here.
Although the system is in place for anybody who's really good. To
Yeah,
come
no
back.
one's coming here.
God, the Raptors are just
But I
schooling these guys.
Yeah. Because they don't know what to expect without.
I still
With no Kawhi.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I still think Kawhi is you got Kawhi for the playoffs, man. That's
Hold on a second. Let me go back to Wells on this point. So what? You don't want Kawhi?
I'm saying,
What was your point, though?
listen,
What are you trying to say right now?
most of these wins the Raptors have had without Kawhi, they haven't really been close.
No.
They've
Play more like a team.
Yeah.
I agree. With Kawhi in the lineup, the Raptors have lost all their close games.
Yep. Because they give Kawhi the ball. And they're trying to get him back
Now,
into form.
we're in December.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not like...
I think that's more a function that he hasn't been there the whole time. Like, he's only been here this year.
But also,
And he
when
hasn't played any
they
back-to-backs.
try to close out a game with him and
That was stupid.
make him as like their
No,
primary
they do it all the
focus,
time and it doesn't work.
he hasn't succeeded.
And I hate it.
And granted, we are in December,
Yes.
and come February, we would be like, "Oh my god, this team can't lose with Kawhi on the team." But like, I don't know. I'm starting to now like, hey, if we re-sign Kawhi, great. If we don't, okay.
They'll be
Hang
fine.
on a second. Do you think this team? Do you think this team would be a top 4 team in the East without him? Is that what kind of?
Well, they were last year.
Well,
They
have
outside
DeRozan.
DeRozan.
But I think this team is talented enough that if Kawhi didn't play, they'd still be a very good team.
What's
Would
a
they
very
have the
good
same
team?
record? Oh, I think they'd be 20 whatever.
Top
maybe
four?
better.
Top
They
four?
have 10 losses instead of 7 right now. Maybe if you like, because
Or
there's some
maybe they
So that makes
have
them like top 4,
5
top four,
losses.
top 5.
by winning those games that
No,
were
I don't
close.
think so.
I think
I
they're
don't
trying.
Maybe.
They're trying to
Because
develop.
defensively, he does do a lot.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
I think-
Where the last team had to score a lot, they couldn't play defense.
When Kawhi's on the court, this team's in a place right now where they're standing and watching him play. They don't know what to do.
No, that's not true.
Which is why
That's not true.
Kyle Lowry's-
That was the end of that one.
Kyle
game.
Lowry scored 0 points in a basketball game. It's
That was
never
his
happened
fault.
before.
That was his because he took a lot of threes.
That game was close, and he looked at that
And he
game.
didn't, and he took all threes.
The
He
last-
didn't drive to the basket at all.
The last
now he's driving to the basket.
8 minutes of the game, Kawhi Leonard brought the ball up the court because they're trying to get him
Because
into
he
the
can do
mode
that.
of being, but at the detriment of a basketball team. As all I'm saying is they're trying to get him focused on being the man on this team.
So you're
And it's-
blaming Kawhi for that 0 outing. What happened to the rest of the games before that? When Lowry was scoring,
didn't score 0.
I know. So you're saying they just started
No,
doing
no.
that one game?
A lot of those games weren't close. And close basketball games, Kawhi's bringing up the ball up the court. The team's not moving the ball around. They're not fighting their offense. They've lost every close game. That can't be for no reason.
Yeah, that I agree with you. I hate when the Raptors do that. I hate that ISO stupidness that they do at the end of that Celtics game we're watching.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you doing this? You guys play as a team, and you guys go revert to this stupid ISO ball that they do all the time. And I don't understand it.
They're trying to find a voice late in games. They want that voice to be Kawhi Leonard.
Why can't it be the team?
It should be Kyle Lowry should have the ball, and if he goes to Kawhi Leonard, that's fine. But don't let him hold the
Yeah,
ball.
but
in
even when
the
he goes to the team, they give Van Fleet. He's got how many times he's had this year to hit like a game winners or go over,
He's
and he's open and he misses every single
He
shot.
should hit it. He's open. He's a basketball player.
I'm
He
not
should be
sure
able to
why
hit
he's on the court, to be honest. Like, he should be on
because
the
that
court.
line is fast.
Who cares?
That line is fast. I believe at the end of the year, and I think they've only played 4 minutes together. At the end of the year, it's going to be Lowry, Green, Siakam, Kawhi, and who did I say? Lowry, Green, Siakam, Kawhi, and Ibaka probably.
That's their starting lineup.
Sorry, man.
Who cares?
There's. Oh, geez.
I would-
Anyway, sorry. I'm gonna look this
They've
up again.
given us 0 minutes of Siakam,
What are you looking
Kawhi,
up?
and OG Anunoby
There's a
on the
lineup
same
that's only
line.
played 4 minutes.
And I
together.
don't understand why we don't see what that line can possibly
Greg Monroe.
No, it's not
do. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I do
Monroe.
want. I want to see a line that's Kawhi, Green, OG, Siakam,
OG,
Ibaka.
sorry, that's it. OG. Yeah,
They-
that was the name.
4
of
minutes
yes.
of that.
Yes,
we haven't
that's
seen
the
it.
lineup.
And I don't understand why they're not just testing to see what happens. Because what is happening is OG's not a part of this team's future. Kawhi stays, OG's gone.
What?
He's gone. There's no space for him on this team. He is not going to be here.
But he still has a contract.
Yeah, he's 1 more year and he's done.
Yeah, I don't see that man staying here.
He is on his
He's
way.
still got 2 more years left in his options.
He is gone.
No.
He's
No,
he is trade bait. They are not
Nice.
keeping
No,
him.
no. Quiet. Kyle Lowry is gone.
Kyle Lowry's
Kyle
gone,
Lowry's gone.
no matter what. He's old.
Yes, he's
OG
old.
Anunoby
OG's staying. It's
is-
OG.
No, OG's trade bait. He is gone.
It's Kawhi, OG,
Trade bait for what?
and Siakam.
If you're watching right now, look at he's not in this team's future plans.
What are you talking about?
If he wasn't in his team's future plans, he would have been dealt for Kawhi.
No,
Yes, because everyone wants OG. Every team wants OG or
he is
Siakam.
trade bait if Kawhi.
But they haven't traded him.
because Kawhi's not staying yet. If Kawhi stays?
If OG was trade bait, we would have Jimmy Butler right now.
Not now.
Yes, now. Because every team wants OG
If
and Siakam.
Kawhi,
Every team.
If Kawhi leaves, OG slots in that spot. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
If Kawhi stays,
The Chinese writing on their jerseys.
Oh, it's their
sponsor.
no, it's not a sponsor. It's their city jersey.
Oh,
That's their third jersey.
they
We're talking about
they
Golden
earn
State
new
Warriors.
jerseys. Yeah. Anyway, my point is that OG's the expendable if Kawhi Leonard stays.
that's a sizzling take, but I don't agree with it.
Not at all.
100%.
Not at all.
Why not?
Going forward, it's going to be OG, Siakam, and Kawhi. Going forward.
They haven't played together at all. So why do you think that's the future? If they haven't played any minutes together.
How old is OG? 22?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's with you and cutting guys off. Like, they're
No.
like done. Like, no.
He's a great chip for another top
Kyle
player.
Lowry's 30, 33, 36,
Yeah, but
35?
his contract's up next year.
Yeah, he's gone.
I get
So
that.
now there's room for OG.
Where is he going to play? Point guard? There's no place for him to play.
Play him somewhere.
No, they're not going to get rid of him.
All right, well,
You're not getting rid of that guy.
They're not going to get rid of him.
he's not on the court right now. That's all I'm saying.
Nick Nurse's improvements. Anything else you guys? Oh, you guys want to talk about Kyle Lowry and his relationship with Masai?
I don't.
Something, nothing. Ever since when he did say that, that's when he started going to slump. I don't know if that's correlation to it or maybe his injury.
He's just.
I
You
think
know
he's
what,
hurt.
man?
No, you didn't like this.
I don't like the comments he makes sometimes, right? Like, look, man, we're in the day and age now where the athletes have more opinion ever before, right? And a lot of people like that. A lot of people don't. And
You don't.
it depends on what they're saying.
Right. So no.
But
Hang on,
you're
sorry. In this country, that type of stuff, Canada. I mean, this country, that kind of stuff does not fly.
What do you mean? This like
No, they Canadians hate that stuff. They say it when they talk about basketball. They think athletes should be quiet and be grateful for what
I
they
don't
got.
think that's
That's Canadian mentality.
I don't think that either. I just think like
What
why
do you-
why you
Saying things.
so the instance that we're talking about is someone when all the ESPN people were up here last week doing interviews with the
and
Raptors.
whatnot. Rachel Nicholson sat down with Kawhi.
Rachel Nichols sat down with Lowry
Lowry,
and was like, "What's your relationship with Masai Ujiri?" And he was like, "Oh, well, he's the president,
And I'm the player.
and I'm the player."
And that's it.
But like the way he said it was so like
He was hurt. Because they
he's
traded
still butthurt over DeRozan getting traded. Like,
he
get
got
over it,
traded
dude.
in an offseason.
This is a business. Like, you get paid.
And he did say that. He did say that during the interview.
Sure, you know what? The excerpt that everyone's
Yeah.
pissed off about is what he said, and he just
Yeah.
cut it at that out of context. But like, come on, man! Like, you're getting paid a bizarre amount of money, and you're still butthurt over your buddy getting traded
But you're
in a
saying
business.
Exactly what he is saying is that in this country we expect our athletes to shut up.
Okay, yeah, but like, so you're saying, what do you mean this country? I don't believe that.
Canada,
That's
in Canada, that's
I don't
Canada
think that it's just a Canada thing, because I think in other places in the world too. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why it's just a Canada thing. Like, I think that's any person who like would be thankful to have his job and his talents,
I don't
like to waste it on a comment like that.
I don't think it's wasted. I think he's just actually saying his opinion. And I think he's referring to what DeMar said was like Masai told him he wasn't going anywhere. And
Yeah,
then
well, he
traded
went.
him.
You know what? He did get traded, and it's part of the business. But they're still getting paid by someone,
Yeah,
right?
but Lowry's allowed to say he doesn't like it. Like, I don't
Why
understand.
though? Like, what- why
but
though?
What you're saying is that he can't give you his opinion when you put a microphone in his face
That's
and
my
ask
fault.
him his opinion.
But don't put a microphone in his face.
What I'm saying is,
he shouldn't say that because he's getting paid millions of dollars.
if you don't have anything nice to say about it,
don't say anything at all.
just say something different. Say like, "Oh yeah, man, like he's the president."
Why?
Like,
He's allowed
like,
to say what he. But you gave him.
I
the
know,
mic.
but like, what his intentions were to spite Masai Ujiri. Why would you want to do that to your boss?
But they already have.
Would you ever do that to your boss?
But listen,
would any of you guys do that to your boss?
It's not like
throw
they
them under
don't-
the bus.
They don't talk. They talk.
Well, then you wouldn't have a
already.
job tomorrow. But this
But-
is a different
I
league.
quit.
I think that he already knows how he feels about it. They've already hashed that feelings out.
Apparently
so he says
not.
that he can say that freely because what did Masai say? Oh, he's mad at me every year. He doesn't care.
You ever had a boss you don't like? Wells?
For sure.
Has anyone ever came up to you and go, "What do you think about this guy?"
On the record, am I being recorded so someone else can hear it later? No. That's two completely different things, right?
I guess.
Like,
Well, all I'm
if
saying-
someone come to me and was like, "Hey, I'm from ESPN, and we're going to talk to you about your boss," and I'd be like,
do you
"Okay,
think?
cool." If I don't like him, I'm not going to say anything that's going to like.
And you
But-
know those questions got screened beforehand, anyways.
But Lowry's
I
free
don't
enough
think
to
it's
say it because
I don't
they've
think so.
already had the conversation.
They do get screened for sure.
get screened.
100% they do.
They get screened.
I think that conversation's already been had. They already know, and it's already clear. Or else
Right.
there would have been way more
Okay, I'm not
repercussions.
gonna debate
No, it is
that. No, I'm
because
not gonna debate that. No, yeah,
no,
I'm
you
not gonna
can't
debate
because like that whole Jimmy Butler incident where she somehow was in Minnesota when
that was. I can tell you exactly what happened.
that was planned.
No, it wasn't planned.
He said, "What's planned?" She even admitted it on an interview. She said, "Yeah, well, he told me to come down."
No, but it wasn't for that. Because she allotted
But
the
he-
time. She allotted
for sure,
the time
for
to
sure.
interview.
No, totally.
And it wasn't
but
for that.
he knew that they were having
Yeah.
that interview, so he went off
Rachel,
on
it
that
wasn't.
day.
It wasn't like they planned this out. Rachel
Yeah.
Nielsen
no,
was supposed
she
to
was there
interview.
just to interview him.
Yes. But she
He
didn't know
took
it
that
was-
platform
yes,
to
yes.
yeah.
I still think it's just old news. ESPN coming up here and just trying to talk something
Well, so
that
it's
people
what-
talk
it's what
He
about.
would never give that nugget to someone in Toronto, or he would never say something like that.
But did someone in Toronto ask him?
They did.
Oh, for
But
sure
they
Wait,
did.
sorry, they did ask him because he said it. He said it before.
So it's the same thing.
But, like-
all
But
But
over.
this is my thing.
But he said it
Yeah.
in July or in
Yeah.
or in
Whatever,
or in
August, whatever,
August,
But
and
this
he's
is my-
still doing it in
This is
December.
my
Because he feels the same way.
This is my thing about these things, and this is why I think all interviews and stuff like that should be voluntary and all that stuff like that. And the media, fans, maybe not you, Wells, they want athletes, GMs, all these people. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. When we put a microphone in your face, tell the truth. Say what's on your mind.
Give me the
we
juice.
want it. Give me the juice. Give me the juice. So he did it. He told me what is on my mind.
Never
This is
gets
my
to
No, he
opinion.
didn't. He didn't tell the truth. He
his
tiptoed
opinion?
around it, but like kind of passively did it,
He
which
walked
is
it back
such
a
a
little.
2008 thing to do, right?
Did he? He asked him, "What's your relationship?" He's a president. I'm
Yeah,
a player.
but like, you know, the way he said it was very passive aggressive.
I know.
But what do you want him to say? He's a great guy and I love him. Like, I don't
But is he not
understand.
doing his job though? That's my whole thing. Is Kyle Lowry not doing his job?
I mean, he does
is.
for the most part, and when he doesn't score a point, but
Well, one game again. Yeah, I knew you were going to bring up that
Actually,
one
it
game.
was a bad 5 stretch game. Though,
yeah,
right?
it was like 3
Yeah,
or 4
okay,
games.
whatever.
where it
But
was
is he
terrible.
not he's leading the league in assists? Before that, you guys were praising him because he was one
No,
of the better.
like, look, man, like
he was
He was
scoring-
arguably the best point guard.
him
in the
on the
East,
court
other than
and him
Kemba.
off the court are two different things.
And that's what I think it is. That's what I think it is.
I also think there might be a little thing behind here where he's trying to bring attention to him then instead of Kawhi.
I don't think so.
No, I think
No,
that's
you don't
done.
think so?
I think he cucked that a
I
while
don't think
ago.
he cares.
You don't think so?
I think
No.
there was because he was never the guy on the team, right?
Never.
Like he may have been the heart and soul, but he was never
Well,
like.
he's been an all-star.
I think
the last
I
couple
think he
years.
is the leader of the team, but Kawhi and DeRozan were the better players on the team, and he knows that.
I mean, Kawhi and DeRozan. Maybe.
Like DeRozan before.
There's
and
DeRozan
Kawhi.
before
Oh,
him
yeah,
and
yeah.
Kawhi now.
Yeah.
They were the better, more talented, but he is the quote unquote leader of the team. The team goes where he goes. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna stick a microphone in these guys' face and ask to tell the truth, and they tell the truth.
Yeah, like what do you want
said
from
it.
the guy?
He said the
But
truth.
it
That's
also
what I like.
wasn't. He didn't exactly come out and say it the truth. He did it passive aggressively.
And he did
if
kinda
you,
step
if
it
you
back a
really
couple
want to
days
tell
ago.
the truth, and tell us how you really feel. Don't
Didn't he?
don't tiptoe around it. No, he did.
I thought he did.
But he like did it.
What did you want him to say?
Okay, if you want to tell the truth, say, you know what? I don't really like Masai because he traded my best friend.
He did say that.
He pretty much almost said
But
that.
he
He
did
did say
not say that. He
said-
did it in a 2018 passive
No.
aggressive way, which is so famous now.
Well, the
you
next,
can't
what
do
was
that, 'cause that's-
what was the
that's,
next? The
no,
next
he actually did
question
a
was,
barn
do you
fire,
feel
man.
disrespected by the trade? And he said, I felt disrespected because DeMar felt
That's what he
disrespected.
said.
That's exactly what he said.
That is straight up. I didn't like that because how I
The whole
felt.
league didn't like it.
Right?
Players anyway.
No one liked it. But here's like
Look at the record now, though.
it's business. The team is better. He's upset, and it's okay.
Now again, Wells is allowed not to like it too. He's allowed not. But do you think Masai cares? Wells?
No, Masai's doing his job.
Yeah,
But it's a business, man. You got the
Yeah,
the
exactly.
boat's
No,
got to
it
go.
is. It is.
It's either you're on
he
the
has
ship
an
or you're off
organization
the
to
ship.
worry about, whether it's at the expense of players that have been here for a long time, and you think that you should be loyal to them. Like it sucks. Look,
Yeah.
I agree, it sucks. Like the guy was the most loyal Raptor probably ever. You know,
I
he didn't. He re-upped. How many
didn't-
Raptors re-up?
Care one bit
About what?
when that trade happened.
Because you saw the return.
Because if you look at, you get a top 5 player.
No,
you
because
give
you saw
up.
the return.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's what anyone does. If you had a chance to get a top 5 anything,
The ROI is
and you
there,
have to
do
give
it.
up the one you like the most, you do it.
Nick Caprio said this, and I always like sticks in my head. When players, he's like, yeah, when players get traded, the first reaction is like, oh man, that sucks. Who do you get? That's
Yeah.
the first thing all athletes say is like, "Oh, that sucks. Who do we get?"
Yeah.
You know
No
what?
one-
Who going back?
It's funny you say that because
going back?
I was watching what's his face? Serge Ibaka's got this like YouTube channel. I'm sure you
Yeah,
guys have
yeah,
listened to
yeah,
it. The cooking channel. I remember one time we had all the rookies, right? The bench mob boys post trade, like pretty soon post trade or within a few weeks or a month or whatever the scenario was. And then he had asked them, he basically had asked them, just asking team questions how they felt about Kawhi, about the trade, and then they're like, "But we got Kawhi." The whole table said, the whole just watch it, man. They were like,
Oh yeah,
they were pumped, man. They're pumped because they know what they're gonna get back. So
100%. I don't think Masai cares, and I don't know. He just told the truth, and that's what it is. I don't know. And it's fair. You're allowed to think it was. You don't have to
Masai
like it.
did everything that the real Raptors fans wanted him to do.
But I think Masai, if I was a Raptors, it's not going to happen. If I was a Raptors, I would lock up Masai for a lifetime deal. Like,
Just please never leave.
I still
Don't
think
leave.
the Raptors need somebody else, anyways.
you're a fan. You always say that.
What do you mean I'm a fan? It's not a fan. It
guar-
has nothing
I
to
guar-
do with the fan.
I guarantee
It
Golden State's sitting there right now going, man, they just need one more piece. So I guarantee the
Yo,
fans like, yo, we just need
he's
one more
hurt.
piece.
He's recouping back his cousins. He's coming.
You
All
can't
I'm
have every player in the league.
Here's
No,
what
I'm saying the Raptors need somebody else just because of what's happened in the past. Come playoffs, somebody always goes.
The
disappears.
Raptors could have the Eastern All-Stars. And,
all of them. And
all
then
of
he's like, one more piece.
and Benny would say, yeah, we need more
No, man.
piece.
You know what I hate?
As long as Kyle Lowry has done what he did in the playoffs, and Serge Ibaka disappears in the playoffs, you tell me who else is going to
But
step
you,
up.
you just went through and said you can't see anybody in the East beating them.
But you still need. I'm looking beyond that, man.
Here's-
Like it's great that they make that. Like, say they make the NBA the finals, right? Amazing. You get swept. Thank you. What did you
They're not gonna
accomplish?
get swept. Look what they're doing to Golden State right now. They're not gonna get
Regular season.
I know.
Regular season. And
here's
plus, they're
here's
only
all
up,
I'm
like,
saying right now.
they're
We
only
have
up,
the
like,
best
16.
record in the NBA. We can beat the defending champions
Regular
without
season,
our
dog.
top player.
Regular
and
season.
you think we
Regular
need
season.
more players?
One more come playoff time.
Why not get greedy?
Come one.
I think a shooter. A shooter
One
would be
more
nice.
player come playoff time.
A shooter. I can't even think of right now.
Some guy that just
Just
shoots
somebody-
because they don't shoot well.
Yeah,
This team is not a good shooting
yeah. When
team.
the trade deadline comes, maybe I'll get a shooter.
You know what? Give me big shot Bob. I need somebody who's got playoff pedigree that can step up. The pressure does not get to them, and they step up and they play.
They might get I can see maybe a big man or a shooter. That's
No, there's too many big men right now. Well, JV got hurt, so we'll see.
well.
What happens.
JV's not going to play a lot in the playoffs. Monroe's not going to play a lot in the playoffs.
They virtually don't
Siakam can't play.
need
Siakam can't play at
anything.
five.
If
Well,
those
shooter.
guys can hit their shots, they'd be fine.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
They don't need anything.
Well, no.
If
What
they
did you
take
say?
their shots.
If those guys-
This is not a
If
shooting team.
there's-
We say what we want about these guys. When they're behind the 3-point line, you stand them all. They're top bottom of the league, right?
Ooh. Siakam led with his knee right into
OG, yeah,
Oh, sorry, OG led
They're
with his
bottom
knee
half of
right
the
into-
NBA at 3-point shooting percentage.
Are they?
And yeah, it's just they take a lot of them. They don't make a lot of them. When they get cold, they can lose, just like Golden State.
You know what? To me, the reason why they say they need another guy is just from what you see in the playoffs, man. Year over
Yeah,
year.
but you're saying that you got to understand this team got rid of the guy that's
Sorry,
not performing.
when he says another guy, he's not saying like bring Kevin Durant. He's just
I
saying
know,
like
they're saying
another,
it's
like
another
a shooter,
body,
like
whatever.
another body, and they will do that. Anything else on this team?
No.
No.
Tired of talking about Raptors. They're beating Golden State by like 20 right now without
20,
Kawhi.
yeah,
Like,
crap.
why are we even?
Come on, Doug.
Any other teams you guys want to talk about? We already talked about the Celtics. Kevin Durant said playing with LeBron James is going to be toxic.
Could be. And he just
Yeah,
said
man.
because the attention. He's not saying that I wouldn't want to play with him because I don't like him.
Yeah,
He's saying the attention that surrounds him is hard for players to deal with.
Also, you probably have to take a back seat because he's coaching the team.
Well, he said you get swallowed up. He's like, he looked at Chris Bosh and he looked at Kevin Love and he looked
Kawhi
at
not Kawhi Leonard. What keep doing?
Kyrie Irving, and he said, "Why would Kawhi Leonard want to be a part of that?" And first of all, sometimes Kevin Durant talks. He's always speaking is the truth, and because he said something
As he
at
sees
all,
it,
we
as
get
he sees
upset.
it. The truth as he sees it.
Well, he is a superstar player, so his truth is the truth. I'm not a superstar player. I don't see it at that perspective.
Yeah.
But he's like, why would I go play with LeBron James and add to his legacy? Because it doesn't matter if I win a ring there.
He didn't say
They
that.
won't care. Yes, he did.
He said he wouldn't play, or
he
players don't
said,
want to play.
why would anybody? So
Yeah, he
me
didn't say
and
he didn't say him.
Well, they asked him, and he was like, "Why would anyone want to play? Why would anyone want to go
Again,
add
he
to
didn't
his
say
legacy?"
him. You get, again, the words these guys use sometimes. He didn't say
The
himself.
question was Kevin Durant, though. The question was, why don't you go play with him? And he said, why would
that the question?
anybody want to go there and add to his
I didn't
legacy?
understand. I didn't know if that was a question.
He said anybody. And he's right. A, he's correct. And B,
Well, I don't think they're gonna land anybody.
well, they'll land somebody. They won't.
this?
This won't be top. This won't be
Lakers.
top level 3
You're
engine.
not gonna land anybody.
If I was Jimmy Butler, I'd go there
Why? What you can win in the Sixers,
because they'll pay you max.
and you're gonna go play with LeBron, where you got to stand in the corner.
Well, they'll pay you max. Who cares?
They're gonna get. He's gonna get the same paycheck we get in Philly.
No, he won't get max play. Can't get.
They're not gonna pay him max, or
No, they can't give him $40 million in Philly. They can't. It's just.
I think they can. But anyway, I'm not gonna argue.
They can
That.
give him that in LA because there's no one else getting it. There's LeBron, and then you can pay him.
Why would you want to stand in the corner?
Greg Monroe.
Moose.
Monroe's
Yo,
awesome.
I got
man.
before we move on from the Raptors, I got a
Shout out Gabriel.
bold prediction.
Oh man,
How we all agree that the Raptors maybe need someone to shoot the ball for them.
you just looked at free agency.
No,
Okay.
I'm saying this year.
Okay.
I'm saying this year make a trade. Joe Harris from Brooklyn. That's it. That's all I gotta say. You guys may not know who he is.
I know.
No,
who
I
it is.
don't.
know who it is.
I'm thinking about it.
I know he is, and he's not coming here.
I'm just saying. Look out. That's my prediction.
So you got
CJ
the
Miles
trade-
get
so you have the
released.
trades. CJ Miles. Wouldn't you want to keep CJ Miles?
No,
Nah,
because
man.
you're gonna find someone who can do better than him.
Daddy
Miles has
Curse.
one more year.
Yo,
Go
CJ
Daddy
Miles
Curse.
is even top like 40 in
I don't
the
hate
league.
that.
In no, I don't hate it
He's having
either.
a
I
bad
don't
year
hate
right
that.
now.
You get a guy from a team that's not going to do well, and you're just looking for some guy who can come in and hit those shots from beyond the arc, which it seems like maybe their only like weakness so far this year, glaring weakness.
They,
Going back to
again.
what, yeah, going back to what you said last podcast about Derek Carr. I like that idea.
what?
Remember you said trade for Derek Carr?
Yeah.
I heard that.
God.
Cowboys?
Yeah.
Don't many teams should trade for Derek Carr right now?
You know what?
Hold on. You'd rather keep Dak Prescott and pay him money because they're going to pay him money.
Look at what Derek Carr did with Amari Cooper, and now look at what Dak Prescott's doing with Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
And that's your answer.
Could be Amari Cooper. Listen, if I'm a team right now that's need a quarterback, Derek Carr is available.
Well, Carr is not on a good team.
I'm
just saying he had a target already named Amari Cooper.
I don't like Dak Prescott. And they're going to pay him a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's going to hurt. Anyway, sorry, back to the NBA.
I'm just saying, that's a bold statement.
All right. I don't know if it's bold.
Look, bold prediction.
Oh.
Joe Harris will be a Raptor by the end of the season.
Oh.
Add a little color to the team.
here's the thing. I do like the way that you picked a player and like distinctly made that prediction.
What was that? What was that game where we were watching a game and it was like 4 white guys and 1 black guy on the team?
Probably Utah.
No, it wasn't Utah.
No.
It was a team you wouldn't expect. We're like, oh, what's going on here?
Was 76ers?
Yeah, it was Philly.
Oh,
Philly's
yeah, it
bench.
was last week.
Yeah, Philly's bench last week.
We're watching. We're like, wait, how come there's so many white guys in the corner?
McConnell, Reddick, just running wild. You can't win
for them.
with with that many white guys.
Good for
I know
them.
that.
Anyway, my bold prediction was LeBron. No,
LeBron to the Raptors?
No.
Yeah.
No one's gonna go to LA.
No one's going to LA.
Yeah, I don't think so either, man. No one wants to play with him.
The only other player I can see it is KD.
No. Didn't he
That's
already
the-
shoot that down?
That's the only.
You shot it down.
Again,
but-
I think it was wordplay that he said. I can't see anybody else.
I
going
wouldn't
there.
trust KD, whatever he says. He's a snake, man.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair.
Well, it's only
But who's going there, Benny? Who's
Antonio
going there?
Davis. Oh, Antonio Davis. Sorry, Anthony
Davis.
Davis.
That's trade for him. He's still in the contract for 2 years.
Well, he
Signed a clutch.
he boogied up. Yeah, he signed a clutch, man. He
Here's-
didn't get that money.
all
So
I'm
the only thing
saying,
is he would have to demand to go
yeah,
get
he
traded.
had to trade.
Why not?
All I'm saying is the
Orleans is
Lakers
gonna
are
fold
2
anyways.
games out of first in the West with Kyle Kuzma as the second scorer in the
That's fine.
Lakers. And Kyle Kuzma's going to get better. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fine. But to answer my question, do you think anyone's going there?
I think Jimmy Butler's going there, first of all,
Really?
because you have the money to pay him tomorrow. And you got
And mind you, Boston wants Anthony Davis too as well, and they have the pieces to trade for him. They have a lot of pieces to trade for him.
And guess who's going to be traded for him?
Brown.
Oh, you thought it was old
Kyrie, man.
Gordon Hayward is
No, he won't.
gone.
No, he won't.
No, he won't.
They're trying to find someone to take that
Yeah, I
contract.
know. I understand.
We're
They
just
are begging someone to take that
We're just listening to a
contract.
podcast. Jackie McMullen. Shout out Jackie McMullen, like tied into Boston up there. Looks like it's going to be Brown on the out over there because he's not.
But he's cheap.
Yeah, he's cheap.
You can't make the money
Oh, you
work.
probably gotta.
You
Yeah,
can't make the
money
dollars
work.
work.
Jalen Brown front.
Jalen Brown,
No,
Gordon-
you
No, you gotta
need
make
more
money.
than that.
Yeah,
Jalen Brown, Gordon
a
Hayward.
lot.
Gordon Hayward is gone.
I wouldn't mind that. Go ahead. I wouldn't mind
I
that.
trade him in a
And
heartbeat.
draft
picks?
But he's useless. What do you got?
And they have draft picks. They have a lot of draft picks. I don't know how they have so
and-
many draft picks. Still.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brooklyn.
Yep.
They have a top 10 draft pick this year.
They got
Yeah,
Tatum.
because I think they're still getting
No, actually
picks.
top 5.
I think they're getting picks from trading Paul Pierce to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
That was the greatest trade in the history of the league. We don't talk, but they
No, everyone talks about it. Everyone talks about how Danny Ainge is one of the smarter people in the
Oh
league.
my god! But
Everyone-
you have Jason Tatum, who's better than Hayward, and you're not paying him yet. Got to move a piece.
Well, he's younger. Yeah, I would trade. Because
Hayward's-
Gordon Hayward's coming off the bench now.
I would consider trading Kyrie Irving as well,
See, why wouldn't you do
because
that?
when both those guys don't play, that team is great.
Yep.
They know exactly what they're doing. Everyone knows their role. They line up and
Why are you
play.
getting excited over there?
Can I
Why is he getting
just can I
excited?
just review this trade that happened for when Paul Pierce and Garnett went to the
Go. This is when that Russian was just, I don't care what it takes.
Yeah.
On-
Get me players.
on-
on 2000 and, June 28, 2013, the Celtics traded Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Jason Terry to the Brooklyn Nets for the first round pick in 2014, 2016,
my God.
and 2018 drafts, as well as a bunch of guys like Chris
That-
Humphries, Gerald Wallace, Chris Joseph, Marshawn Brooks, Keith Bogans.
We don't need draft picks. We got Darren Williams.
For every player, you took a pick on top of everything else.
Remember when D Will's one of the best point guards in the league?
Yep. Darren was awesome. He beat us 1 year.
It was arguably between D Will and Chris Paul at the time, remember? And there was a big argument who was a better point guard, and it just went
D
south.
Will's biggest mistake was leaving Utah. Should have stomached it.
Yep.
He made Jerry Sloan quit. Could have just stayed there.
Yeah, that was the beginning of it.
Yeah.
That was when Jerry Sloan got.
Crush guys forever.
That was the beginning of it.
In 2014, they got James Young, who they drafted.
That's a waste.
In 2016, they got Jaylen Brown as one of those picks.
Oh. Celtics are smart, man.
Yeah.
Danny Ainge, like, again, I think it's Masai Ujiri, Danny Ainge. The guy over the Rockets. I'm like, I like him sometimes, and sometimes I hate him.
Mind you, though, they were bad for a couple of years. After that trade, they weren't good. They weren't. It wasn't
How
like
long were they
going-
down? Because
like-
they won the title in 2006.
Yeah. And then prior to that, Paul Pierce going to make it past the
2007.
first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Because he's
that's
a
fine.
choke artist.
But that was,
They-
again, that was
they-
Danny Ainge.
They won that 1 year. They moved those pieces, and they were down for a while. So they
Well, a couple years, and now
Yeah.
look, they're back on top again.
Yeah, but like
That last pick that they had in those 3 draft
Jason
picks.
Tatum.
No. They traded it to the Cavaliers,
Oh,
which got them Kyrie Irving.
that sucks.
Colin Sexton, right?
Yes, turned into Colin
Yep.
Sexton. But so technically, they got Young, Tatum, and Kyrie Irving for Pierce, Garnett,
Yeah.
and
Jason
Terry.
Jason Terry. Yeah,
I love
Since you're on trading the Boston Celtics trade, let's move over to Fultz. Trust the process no longer, because it was was it Brian Colangelo that traded?
Yep. They
To get
could.
Fultz? They
They
could have had
could
Tatum,
have had Jason Tatum,
but they traded for him.
and if they got Jason Tatum, they would be championship contenders today.
Go on.
Oh, sorry, but didn't Colangelo want Tatum? But then everybody else in the team was trying to get.
And why did he
Fultz?
trade for him?
I
it was-
I think it was a collaborative decision.
They just wanted a point.
Because remember they booted out. What was the GM at the time?
for who?
They brought in Colangelo.
They brought in Colangelo and they
I
booted out
remember
that. Anyway, that was one who was like trust the process. I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
Because they brought him in that year, and it was that year. I think they brought him in the summer, and then it was that year that he traded for Fultz. I don't know. I never heard stories about that. That the rest of the league, it was the organization, the owner who wanted Fultz.
Well, I know. I remember the leaks that came out, like all the stuff that came out. Like, remember they didn't like Fultz. Like, I think that was
Celtics or Sixers?
No, what's it
Sixers.
called? Yeah, the Sixers. So Brian Colangelo, his
Colangelo's
wife,
leaks?
his wife was saying like he
Yeah.
didn't like him. Remember all that stuff that came out?
Oh,
And he
afterwards,
didn't
you
want
said.
member, and he was
Oh, I
like,
don't
and
know.
then he basically got Trump. I don't know who you got.
Oh, you
Trump
mean
by.
after? Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea about
That'll
that.
go down as one of the biggest mistakes in 76.
So you gotta wonder what did the Celtics see about Fultz that they didn't like?
Take him at 3.
Fultz trade to get Tatum.
They're super deep at point guard. Why do they want him?
Well, obviously you acquire talent.
The best
They
player.
already
Sorry,
had Kyrie Irving by that point.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
super deep at
But
point
why not
guard.
get him? Why not get him as a backup? If he's that good,
No way.
First round pick, you don't get his
Tatum
backup.
was the best player in that draft.
he's young. You can
I
still have
came
him.
on this podcast and said Tatum was the best player in this draft.
I understand. That's fine. I'm not debating any of that.
No.
He's turned out to be that. But everyone wanted Fultz. Fultz still went number 1.
I know.
Everyone wanted Fultz. So what did the Celtics see? Did they see this coming?
I
You gotta
think,
wonder.
I think they made I forget what they got in the trade, but they made the trade and they knew they get Tatum at 3 anyways.
No, I understand.
And if they were at number 1, they would have taken Tatum.
But that's not my question. Did they see this happening with Fultz? Did they already see
But they
it?
never targeted Fultz. They never targeted.
No, but they traded away for the pick.
Yeah, but they're saying even if like they had the first pick, they would have taken Tatum anyway. That's what they're saying. They said they had their guy at 3. They knew they had their guy.
No, but do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, why then
They saw.
Fultz?
I think they saw a problem with Fultz.
I think Tatum's better than Fultz. Forget anything.
Oh, now he is.
No.
Because obviously Fultz can't shoot.
Tatum's NBA size, NBA ready, and he shot the ball better. I don't understand why you wouldn't take
Fultz
him.
shot the ball better in college.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, he did. 100% he did. In college, everyone said you can shoot lights out. Now all of a sudden he can't shoot.
I don't know.
I believe Tatum is a good player. I'm not even.
Yeah, I know.
Don't. I'm not trying to say that.
All I'm saying is
Tatum's not a
that
good
Boston already had him pegged. They were taking him number 1, but if they can take him at 3, they make that trade. I don't know if they got out of it, but they already were planning to take him anyways, and they got their guy. But like I knew it was a better pick. So if I knew, then how did the 76ers not know?
I don't know. That's
Well, I
Brian
think that was
Colangelo.
the agreement. I think those guys agreed to like.
That's
that-
Brian
that was-
Colangelo.
Yeah, something must have happened.
What has Brian Colangelo ever done?
What was the
this
trade? What was the trade though? What did they trade for? What was
year? It was just pick swaps.
Was it just straight swaps? I thought those players
No,
too.
it's got to be something else. It can't be
No, there's
trade
players
your first
because
pick
there's
or
money,
third.
right? Because the money involved.
No. Are you talking about
for
Fultz?
Tatum.
It was
Yeah.
just it was 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
pick swaps.
2.
They swapped that year, and then they got a future one.
2 picks. Yeah, but I'd take
Great
that.
deal for Boston again.
Yeah, again.
Another good deal for Boston.
Yeah, I'd take that in a heartbeat.
What has Brian Colangelo done in this league?
I drafted. What's his name? What's our guy?
Brian.
Yeah,
Bargnani.
Brignani. Brignani was a good pro.
Oh man, Phoenix man.
Did he draft Arujo too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was a
but
mistake.
yeah, the whole Phoenix team, right? So that was him.
Brignani, yeah. Brignani was the
Was
best
that or
pick
was
in
his
that
dad?
draft. That was dad. That was dad.
That was his dad,
It was
dude.
daddy.
No, he won executive of the year, man.
Of course he
it was
did.
his
Because
team.
his dad was there. His dad was there too. I think that was his dad. No, he had the title, but I think his dad was there too.
I know his dad was there, but
Point was, talent's his dad.
I swear that he was one of the.
He did
guys
win
behind him.
executive. I'm not. He did win executive there, but
He didn't make the decisions on that.
I
team.
don't know if he made a decision. On that
Well,
team.
Jerry Colangelo at the time was like, well, he's still one of the blueprints of the
US,
league,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's that guy's got a lot of power.
I'm just saying, Brian Colangelo hasn't done.
I don't say that. He drafted DeRozan. He drafted Valanciunas. He traded for Lowry.
Terrence Ross,
Did you trade for that?
He did trade for Lowry. Yep.
you got Terrence Ross as well.
Just saying he built this Raptors team.
Gary Forbes and a first-round pick for Kyle Lowry, 2012.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the base of this Raptors team, the Raptors team going forward. It just so happens because remember, that Raptors team wasn't going anywhere, and then Masai came in there and got rid of Rudy Gay.
Rudy Gay.
He got rid of Rudy Gay and
Got a
and
bunch
brought
of
on
pieces.
bench guys, and then all of a sudden, he kind of lucked into it because he was going to tear that team down.
Yeah.
He
Besides
kinda lucked into
Jerry,
it.
brought in a starting lineup from Sacramento for Rudy Gay, basically.
Yeah.
And don't forget, he mentored your boy Masai before he gave him the opportunity to go work at.
Was he working in Denver?
No, man, Masai was part of Toronto before.
Sorry,
he
you're
went to
right.
Denver,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
right. And he was with. Yeah, he got him. So yeah, he did a lot of stuff, man. Colangelo did a lot of stuff for the league.
Does Fultz
And-
ever play for Sixers again?
No.
Gotta.
You're gonna get the Anthony Bennett treatment.
Yeah.
Now his agent, because he a nerve problem. You say he
Yeah.
has.
People think it's a condition now. How many doctors you went to see? Like 10, 12 doctors.
Yeah.
10 doctors, and none of them could find us.
Until there's one guy
Apparently,
who's like, he's got
none of these guys could find this problem. It just took that one doctor to find a problem, and it's the problem that baseball pitchers get. Sometimes I've never heard of basketball players. Yeah, some shoulder thing where he just got herky jerky motion.
Supposedly, then he said it was the talk like he got a bike accident in the summer or some shit.
Was it a bike accident?
Yeah,
Man,
something
they're
like
just
that.
making up stories. I'm just hearing all kinds of stories. So you think he's done as a Sixer? Apparently, the whole team likes him.
Philly fans are upset though, man.
Of course. Well, they love him.
Of course, they're probably looking over at Boston like we could have had Tatum.
Yeah. But he's done. I think he's not playing the league anymore. I think he's.
He'll play in a league.
Oh, no.
No, someone's gonna take him.
Yeah?
Someone's-
Is that what they said about Anthony Bennett?
Yeah, someone took him.
Who? Where does he play now? He plays in
He's not
China.
playing. Yeah, he's not playing anymore. But
Hey, he was drafted 5 years ago. He was the
know.
first overall pick.
Yeah, I think
But he
he's
did
done.
play,
not-
no, he played
not
in the
his
Raptors.
choice.
Yeah, he played in the Raptors.
Did he
Not
though?
his
No, he
choice.
didn't get to play in the Raptors.
No.
He played in
And
the
that was
905.
that was 2 years after he was drafted.
But what I'm saying is somebody's going to take a chance on him. Somebody's going to take a chance.
Sure, and then when he doesn't work out,
Yeah.
he go.
I would say probably Phoenix, maybe.
I think he's done with the league. Well, Phoenix, why would they want him?
Somebody's going to take a chance on him.
Yeah,
Yeah, the number
you're
one
just
pick.
picking a
Somebody's going to do it.
I don't think so. I think he's done, man. It's too much. Is drama on top of he can't play? Like, come
That
on.
sucks.
Yo,
He
you
sucks.
should go to New York Knicks.
Yeah, you know what? That is his
The Knicks
spot.
have a future, man.
Do they?
New York
Do
Knicks,
they?
man.
Yeah, man.
With who?
What evidence? You have to prove that.
They're playing some good ball. They're not winning, but they're playing some good ball.
They're playing good ball. I mean, they suck, but, they're playing good
Give
ball.
them one more decent draft pick. They're going to be all right.
Greg
I don't
Monroe
know,
is beasting right now.
The Raptors
Yo,
are
right now,
Greg
it's the
Monroe's
fourth quarter. The Raptors are 93 to 68.
25 point lead.
25 points.
No Kawhi Leonard, full strength Golden State Warriors. Well,
No.
with
Yeah,
no
yeah.
Cousins.
No Cousins, yeah.
But
Come on.
does that really count?
They won 3 championships with no Cousins.
Yo, but still a lot of time left. Still like 7
No,
minutes.
this game's over.
Come on, don't you say this every time?
game's over. They're
and
not
these
coming
guys
back.
go on a 15-0
Oh
run.
my god. This game's over.
The Warriors are capable of doing that, though, Smart.
No, not
Yeah, they
25
are.
points.
No,
Yeah, they are.
They're
Yeah,
capable. of
and
doing
Lowry's capable of pooping the.
Oh,
no.
then
that. Yeah, this is bad radio.
Yeah,
We're talking about this
yeah,
game that no one
sorry.
can see. This is bad podcasting.
Next topic.
Rockets. Any guys paying attention to Rockets? You guys want to talk about that?
I hate them.
They got rid of Trevor Ariza, and now they need a player like
Trevor Ariza isn't that good.
Trevor Ariza's the hottest thing right now, man. He's the hottest thing in the league right now.
Trevor Ariza isn't the difference between first place and where are they right now? 15, 14?
How
Yeah,
good
they-
would you look in Philly
They're like 2 games away.
if they had the money?
They're not. He's not that good.
Trevor Ariza is going to the Lakers, but
Which is
he's going to get bought
yeah.
out.
One thing, 'cause-
I feel bad for Phoenix because they're like the G League for the Lakers right now.
Yeah.
Would you think that Trevor Ariza was the second best player taken in his draft?
What draft was that?
2004.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard year. Obviously, Dwight Howard probably number 1.
I don't remember that draft. You have to remind me.
First of
I can
all,
look that up if you want.
Dwight Howard, Emeka Okafor,
Yeah.
Devin Harris, Luol Deng, Andre Iguodala,
Really?
Jameer Nelson, Rafael Arujo.
Who did the Raptors take? The Rougeau that year. I remember
yeah,
that.
that's a horrible.
Maybe.
I think
God.
I think the Houston
Rob Babcock,
Rockets
worst general manager
are
ever.
okay.
J.R. Smith was also in that draft.
Oh, there you go, J.R. Smith.
You think he's better than?
No.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. Yeah, there's a magnitude of problems going on with the Rockets, which I can because I watched them last night. Oh,
So
shoot.
what do you think the most important thing is that's wrong with them?
One, teams are playing them differently because they're not actually taking less shots. Because I watched them last night.
They won last night.
Yeah, I did watch them last night.
They were down big early too.
Yeah, they were. So one thing that's happening, because if you watch the Utah game and because last year what it was happening is teams were switching a lot on them because they said they were scared of Dwight, they were scared of Harden, and they just couldn't handle it, so they were switching a lot. Now, if you notice, now they're not switching as much.
Yep.
Teams are not switching as much. They're just going to say we're just going to deal with it. Because what would happen is Harden would switch and you get the big man and he would just kill and embarrass the big man. They're not doing that now as much as this year. PJ Tucker, he got paid. It seemed like he got fat. He doesn't really care.
Collecting them Jordans.
Sorry, what?
PJ Tucker.
Killed
Like
fat.
he got paid and he's not playing as well.
You say he got paid and he got fat?
Fat. Fat meaning he's enjoying his life.
We know where I'm going to say the problem with this team, right? The problem is one place.
What?
I was going to say one
$40
thing.
million you're paying Chris Paul,
I was
who
bringing
is
that up.
who
Yeah, I
is
was gonna bring that up.
declining and declining, and it's not his fault. He's
He's
old.
old.
What do you want? And he can't play 1-on-1 anymore. That's not his game anymore. He did it last year, but at what expense? And now he's probably hurt and old and making $40 million a year, and this team's gonna lose.
That is true.
Sure, 100%.
That's a big thing there.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Because
it.
it definitely ate up into some of their salary cap, right?
And you paid him a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Well, it's not for many years. How many years you got? 4?
2 more after this.
Jeez.
He's gonna get worse. And like, it didn't make sense when they did it, and it doesn't make sense even more now. And it's you watch this team and you're like, well, you've made a
But
poor
that's the thing
decision.
about the Rockets. But that's the thing about the Rockets. It's you should be loving the Rockets because they're the exact kind of team that you say you want. They throw the chips in all the time.
But not like that. You don't give Chris Paul
They don't
$40
draft.
million over 4 years. That's
Well, the
insane.
last
Draft schmaft.
they don't draft. They just get players.
Yeah.
The last actually draft they got was Capella.
yeah,
I think that was one of
great
their-
draft.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing: if you instead of paying Chris Paul, you pay Trevor Ariza some of that money, you have your defense
Well,
back.
that wasn't gonna work.
Because the problem with this team now is they have zero defense on the wings. James Harden doesn't play defense. Chris Paul can't play defense anymore. And who's starting a small forward for this team? Right? You're just getting rocked and they can't score 130 every night.
Well, they can score. Scoring.
Harden can only do so much. But how much
The
would
other
they-
teams can score now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Against them,
Yeah, he didn't give up any money to get other players, right? He's like, I'm gonna get
as
mine.
he should.
Yeah.
That's not his
Which
problem.
I understand.
If the 4 of us had contracts and mine came first and I can take Max, I'm taking
Max.
Max.
I'll take you back.
See you later, homie. Yeah.
You guys deal with it.
One of the things too, as well, with the Rockets, that they heard the defensive coach, he retired to quit, and he helped them a lot. And then they brought him back this year.
because they needed help.
Was
They needed the help.
Wasn't that guy his wife died? Or was
not
he
sure.
I can't remember. Anyways, I don't
Anyways,
wanna speculate.
but he took off and like because they weren't too bad in defense last year, eh? Like
No,
I'm
they
sure-
weren't.
Yeah, and then they lost him, and then Mike D'Antoni. I don't know who they hired.
Yeah, there are a few games out
They
of
couldn't do
playoffs.
anything.
It's not like they're in like turmoil. They're 12-14.
Yeah,
It's just not the start we expected out of them
no,
yeah, man.
not at all.
because we thought they would dethrone Golden State, and they're not dethroning Golden State this
Do you
year.
think they will have the chance of even making the
They'll make
playoffs?
Yeah.
playoffs. They'll make playoffs. They're too talented not to make playoffs. They'll make
There's
playoffs.
just so many games left.
Yeah. So, that's it. Any other teams you want to talk about? You want to talk about your Utah Jazz or?
No, let's go.
Because
Subject.
them days is over. Them days be over. Man, they suck.
Gobert might be out of the league in a couple of years.
Man, they are trash. I don't know what happened. Wells, what happened to your team?
Next topic.
All right.
Can I just ask them one more time?
No,
Shoot,
man.
no.
Get out of here.
You guys want to talk about Jays, Lou Marsh? What do you want?
How do y'all feel about? There's one last thing about the NBA.
Go.
How do y'all feel that they should have a 1 through 16? Doesn't matter East and West.
Say anything else you want to talk about the NBA? And
Yeah.
he says no.
First of all, no, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. No one
Why
likes
not,
it 'cause
man?
It's stupid.
Why is it stupid?
It's dumb. How many tiebreakers you have to figure out at that point?
There's no tiebreaker.
There's no tiebreaker.
You have to change it. You have to change the way the regular season plays.
What do you mean? You want me to how
The
many
same
teams
thing.
with the same
Or
record?
just
are
get
gonna
rid
be
of the
there?
conferences.
Yeah,
Get rid of the conferences,
That's what I'm
man.
saying. How many teams with the same record you got to figure out now? How many head-to-head crazy records you got to figure out?
No, man.
Trying to close
What are
it
you
Yeah.
out?
talking about? How do they figure it out now? What are you talking about?
They go by division.
I have a solution to this. You make 3 divisions. You make 3 divisions.
telling you,
West, Central,
You have that? You have it right now? Like
It's
somebody
a-
can pull
it's
that
a-
up. Who's
it's
like
a
first overall? Like
dumb
it's crazy.
idea.
overall.
Like overall right now.
Go on.
The Raptors are first overall right now.
No, but I mean like
You guys
overall.
watch
what's the
this
16?
crap every night. You don't know who the best team in the NBA is?
It's
No,
Raptors.
no. I mean, I don't mean like the best team overall. I mean in a sense like if you just take a look
Oh,
at
the top 16?
at the top 16.
The Raptors,
Raptors
the
are
Raptors
number
would play
one.
Detroit. The Raptors would play Detroit.
Like who you
That's
got?
what it means. The
You
Raptors
got,
would play Detroit.
you got Raptors, Detroit, right?
Golden State, Milwaukee, Denver, Philadelphia, Oklahoma, Indiana, Clippers,
All right,
Boston.
all right. We get
What's
it.
your point?
Yo, some of these games will actually be pretty decent, man.
I know. What's your point though? No, I like the one
It's
through
just
16.
better basketball, man. Come
No,
playoffs.
it's not.
How's it not?
Because look, the league has such disparity already. Like that, you have the 1 versus 8 team. It's already struggling enough to
Yo,
ever see an
the
8
8
to
team
ever
is-
see an 8 seed win.
The 8 seed is 12
No.
15, man.
No,
No,
they-
sub 500.
The point. The
The
point.
8th
Of,
seed in the West would not be the 16th seed.
hang
They'd
on.
be
The point.
playing
The point of the 1 through 16 is that you get the best matchup in the finals.
Exactly.
That's the point of it. Other
How?
leagues, it might because
Do you have like a Sweet 16? Is that what it is?
no. Let's say for example the
No,
Rock.
I'm dead serious.
No,
Like,
for,
I know, but
for
it's
example, you wouldn't get the Cavs and Golden State like you did last year. Last year, you might have got the Rockets and Golden State.
why
in the
wouldn't
finals.
you get Cavs and Gold State again if it was one? If one was 1, one was 2.
No, because
The way it's set up is
because
probably
what
you're
you're saying
gonna
is
clash.
that they're
No, 'cause
saying
they-
the Cavs couldn't beat the Portland Trailblazers. We're saying, or the Cavs
okay.
couldn't beat the Houston Rockets on the way to the
All right,
finals.
all right.
Which like
Well, the way-
Then
know
you
the
got to
way-
get rid of conferences.
Yeah, I think you make 3 conferences. And
No, they won't do that.
it turns into
Well,
hockey.
No,
Do you like the hockey playoffs?
Hockey is
No,
8,
this-
8 divisions.
No, hockey's
Sorry,
dumb.
4 divisions.
Hockey's the worst playoffs in
Yeah,
of all the 3.
that's
I don't
of
like
all
it
the
either.
courses.
People won the
It's
16 years
stupid.
going into the NHL.
But it's not any different than NFL. They have wild cards, right? Like
Yeah,
I know,
everyone
because-
does
no,
wild
hang on,
cards.
wait. You have to-
Everyone
no.
has a wild card now, except for the
NBA.
The NBA.
They don't need that. But the thing about the NHL is you have to play out of your division. That's the stupid part about it.
What do you mean?
You have to come out. It's so they want the 2
Same
divisions.
with
in the conference
same with
final.
NFL and MLB.
no,
NHL,
no.
yeah, NHL, yeah. If you're a first seed, you're playing a wild card. That's not in your conference, or it could be. Sorry, in your division, it could be.
Nobody's saying in the NHL you have to.
Have to what?
You
play
have
in
to
your
play
division.
out of your division.
Every league is like that except for the NBA.
Yes. No.
So I don't understand what the point is.
MLB.
MLB is too.
Yeah, eventually, technically.
No,
Yeah, eventually. I don't.
no, you don't play out of your division. You play out of your division in the regular season. That's right. You have to win your
We're saying
division.
when the playoffs start.
So when the playoffs start,
You
you
guys
have,
talk
you
about
have
two
to,
different things right now.
no.
Yeah,
the,
I don't understand.
The winner of the division moves on to the playoffs, right? In MLB, and then you have a wild card.
Who could be not in your division?
Who could be not in your division? You don't have to play.
No, the NHL, I guess.
NHL, the Leafs have to beat Boston and Tampa to make it to the conference finals because they want the Metropolitan and whatever division
Sure.
to face each other. That's what they want.
Well, you just beat the best teams. That's every league.
No, but you're not being the best teams. You have to play the teams in your division first. Then
That's
you-
every league. It's the best teams.
No, that's not how MLB is set up.
Yeah, it
MLB,
is.
you win your division and you get to play in the playoffs.
Or you could play someone in the wild card who could be in your division.
Yes,
Could,
be in
but
your
not
division,
must.
not must.
In the NHL, the
What do
second
you mean?
round.
If
your
you
second round,
if you're
No,
the
I'm-
first place team in the NHL, you will play a wild card team who
doesn't
may
matter
not be
where
in your
they are.
division.
Right. Your second
No.
round though must be in your division. In the NHL.
Yes.
In MLB, it doesn't have to be that way.
No.
Exactly. That was his point.
So
What does it
that's
matter
his point.
then? What?
Oh, I was just saying
it's
that
dumb because what
the
if what
final
if
four
one?
teams are your 4 division winners every year in the NHL. Whoever makes out of the division.
Because like for example, in hockey right now, all the
that's-
better teams are in the Atlantic.
Okay.
In
Do you
the-
guys get excited when Pittsburgh
No, I know,
plays
that's- guys,
Washington?
Stop it. Oh, no, no. I want them to.
I do. It's my favorite series in the NHL
They
playoffs.
did that for
every
rivalries, and it's not
It's
working.
dumb. It's dumb.
It's
Everyone
dumb.
knows it's dumb. It's stupid.
Year. So if you want 1
I
through
don't like it
60 in the
either.
NBA, you're against that idea of playing out of your division. Is what?
All I'm saying is that I want to see the best brand of basketball as the top teams in the playoffs.
In basketball, it makes sense. In the NHL, I think they should.
That's why I said
yeah.
in basketball.
In basketball, it makes sense because you want the 2 best teams. You don't want Golden State against the Cavs.
No.
That's what the NHL should do, personally.
But here's the thing.
Tell that to the ratings, man.
There's only 1 year.
You
where
guys
it's been
love
like
that
a
crap.
rough series.
You guys were saying how much you love that stuff. I was the same every year, the same
Well,
final.
the first year it was 6. The second year it was 7. The third year it was
5. And last year was 4. But you guys love that, man.
I don't care. Whatever. 2 best teams go to the finals.
I never watched finals actually this year, and I said that I didn't watch finals. You never watched finals either.
But you guys were all about it before. Like, oh, yeah, this is great. I can't wait to watch this again.
I watched the first 2 games.
Yeah.
And I
And then you're
realized-
like, you know what?
Because I was with you the whole time. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
We're in Denver.
Yeah.
We didn't watch the
that's
games.
a cool game. There's only 1 game over in Denver.
No, we didn't watch the game, dude.
It's not fun to have the same teams in every year. I agree.
I know, man.
Anyways,
I-
can we
I
move
feel
on
like- I
to
feel
something a bit more different?
I think, are we done?
No, we got. I said, you guys
Oh.
want to talk to Jace?
Keep going. No, not really, but keep going.
You want to talk about what Marcus Stroman just did?
No, man.
No?
It's like the
No.
same thing we do with Lowry. Like,
Trout.
What about Trout?
Trout's gone.
Where you go?
What?
Trout. Why did I write down Trout? I meant Tulo.
Yeah, Tula's gone. Tula's
I actually
gone.
wrote down Trout. I
Tula
looked at it. I
was
was like,
paid.
what?
That's a
Tula
favor.
was paid $38 million
That's a favor. That's a
Took
favor.
a leave.
to get off my lawn.
No, it's not. It's a favor. The team's rebuilding. There's no use for him right now.
Favor.
Yes.
$38 million.
$38 million is a favor?
USD, too.
I'm not- I'm
Hey,
not-
hey, Wallace, do me a solid. Give me $38 million so I can go play over there.
It's a favor. He didn't want to be part of a
No,
rebuild.
man, that's not a favor. It's get out of here. That's what it is. It's
I
not
don't
a
think
favor.
I don't think it's get out of here. Well,
No,
obviously,
no, no.
like
$38 million isn't say, hey,
They weren't
can
like
I go play
they're
for that
not
team?
like, hey, you're trash. Get out of here. They're like,
That's
there's no use for you here.
$49.4 million Canadian.
I get it.
Ooh, look at
All I'm
guy.
saying is, it's a rebuild.
That's a lot of money,
What do you
man.
mean? What does that matter? That's 50 million
That's
stacks.
a
man.
half.
They're like, you're not
50
part
million
of this.
sheets?
Just go. That's all it was.
What business would do that? To say, hey, give me $40 million.
Don't they do that in NBA all the time?
All the
So
time.
they buyouts are like you get half. You have to negotiate the buyout.
So
You don't.
get
You're
half.
not guaranteed the full amount.
When
You're not guaranteed the full
So you're
amount.
saying
You can get the full amount, but you're not guaranteed.
Man,
the
it's
full
like they just shredded that. It was
amount.
like
Would you
shred
stop
money.
Would you
All I'm saying is that why do you think they parted ways with Tula?
to get him out of there?
They needed players to be on the
They
team.
want other players to be on the team without him being a distraction, even though he was never there. I don't remember him ever sitting on the bench. For the
So
last
a
2
guy
years.
that didn't show up, you would pay.
Not show up, he couldn't play.
So the guy that couldn't play, you think they gave him hush money to go away?
Yes.
Because he was a problem for the team.
Because they
No,
didn't,
man.
no.
I think they just needed.
They wanted him for
space
sure.
on
They
them.
wanted him
No,
out.
they
They don't want a
just
problem.
needed a spot on the roster. That's the only reason why.
I bet you it was a fist bump. Hey man, all the best. Here's money we owe you. And Tula was like,
But I
I'm
don't
not
think
gonna
it
play
was.
baseball anymore. Thanks, man. I'm
No, he's
gonna
gonna
retire
play.
off
He's
this.
gonna play because he said he's willing
going to
to.
the
He's
Bay
willing to.
Area.
Yeah, baseball expert here, Smite. He's willing to play at any position on another team, and some other team will pick him up.
which is funny because in September he was like, if I can't play
I'll
as a
Shortstop.
shortstop,
I'm
then
not playing at all.
I'm not playing at all. But now he's like, oh,
I'll play in any position.
I'll DH.
I don't know, man. So if you include this year that he did not play in 2018, the Jays essentially paid him $58 million over 4 years
Jeez.
to not play a game on the team, which is crazy. Not the worst contract or
Well,
worst
is it
outcome.
was it worth it to get to those
that
those
one-
playoff games?
And this is where I wanted to chime in a bit. Is I remember exactly where I was when they traded for Troy Tulowitzki
Yeah, same here,
3
man.
years ago,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Wow, that's crazy! They traded for him. I wonder why they would do that." And then that spiraled into being like the catalyst for, like
David Price.
David Price, Ben Revere, Mark Lowe, having that crazy 2015 team. He was the first person, the catalyst for that team to get traded, and like right off the bat, you got
Was
to.
Dickey before or after?
Pardon me?
Was Dickey before or after?
Dickey was before. Dickey
Dickey
was.
Oh my god.
Diggy was the first played the whole year.
Dickey
right?
Dickey was
was,
2013
I remember.
after he
Yeah.
won the Cy Young.
Yeah.
They traded for him.
Now,
Hang on, wait, but that's what you always say.
So
teams
what
should
I'm
do.
saying is,
Yeah.
look,
You guys both say that. This is what teams should do.
I think it's
Put in all
worth
the
it.
chips. Yeah.
I don't care.
well,
I think it's
look,
fine.
what bothers me
Is they didn't win a World Series? Because that's all that bothers me.
No, sure, okay, yeah, and like
That's it.
I hate
Bit
that
of
we
bad luck.
always like bank on those 2 playoff runs as like some sort of accomplishment.
It is a
It
accomplishment
is.
for us. 'Cause
Well,
the Yankees
I
and
mean,
Boston are in
Especially in
division.
baseball when it's so hard to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, but you had your window and you didn't win. But anyways, like my thing is like, okay, you're gonna just throw away $38 million over the next 2 seasons over this guy when I don't know, he could have stayed here and could have played, and you could have spent that $38 million or some other money on. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's gonna
The money's
spend,
gone,
like,
man.
they're
Anyway.
so adamant to spend
money.
money on him to go away as opposed to bring people in to help the team.
Well,
Yeah, but that money was already
that money's
gone.
That
I
money's
know,
gone.
I
It's
know.
kinda
I'm just
gone.
saying though, is when he's gone, what are you gonna? You better show me that you guys are okay with throwing around money.
Well, I'll
It's
ask you this.
handshake
I'll ask you
money,
this
man.
though. I'll ask you this. In the last 2 years, have you even seen Tula on the bench?
I saw him last year. He came up in like September or
yeah,
something,
for-
or when they were in
yeah.
Oakland. I don't know where they were. They were, but he was on the bench.
For that one, like, was he there? Was he a staple in the
No,
clubhouse or anything?
it's
I don't
just-
know. I wasn't there, so I can't say.
And again, I'm just going off what I hear from the radio
sure.
stuff. They say he's not there. They say he's not mentoring people. He's not there. He doesn't sit there. So
No,
why?
and the
It's
rumor,
like-
the rumor always was that he didn't even want to be in the first
yeah,
place.
yeah, that's the rumor.
Straight.
And so it's like, so what? Like, I think they paid him to go away. It's like they
Yeah.
don't want questions. They don't want
Well,
anything.
here's-
What happened to Tula? What's
so-
going on with Tula?
Well, I already listed the cons of how the fact that you're going to pay somebody to not play for you, which I think is dumb. But like, okay, that's fine.
Somebody's
But the
right.
pros are is you won't have a guy whining on the bench, a veteran whining on the bench while the team's rebuilding.
Yeah.
Taking at bats away from someone who could, develop.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Gurriel or even a Bichette now that opens the door up for him to maybe even come out of spring training. I don't know, long shot, but they don't have a set
Didn't they say they
shortstop.
want Gurriel? I think they're gonna play.
Though
Gurriel.
they didn't say he would be as a starter, but then now spring training is a lot more interesting for Bo
Yeah,
Bichette, right?
Yeah, that's
So-
right, man. I'd love to see him up here, man.
You can have a very entertaining team if you just bring all those kids up now.
I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah,
do
but you don't
Of
want.
course they're not going to.
Look
No,
at this
no,
this
no, no,
organization.
environment,
Look. We saw what Vladdy did last year, and they didn't bring him up. So they're not going to rush anyone for anything, right?
If I'm the Jays, I bring them all up right now.
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
Because you have 6 years. That's a lot of time. It's not
No,
like
years for
man,
what?
but it's
Wait, no.
bad info. You can
they're
get-
under a contract.
You
Why'd
don't
bring
need to
them
bring
up?
them all at once and create a losing culture.
Yeah.
Why would they lose?
Because
they're not
they're
gonna
young.
win.
They're not going to win. Not all of them are going to hit.
You got the Yankees.
Look, man, this is a young man's league now, so things are different. But I don't
I'm
think
saying.
like
They're
Bo
not-
Bichette hasn't even had an at bat in AAA yet. Why would you call him up? Just skip that, right? Like Kevin Biggio, same thing, hasn't had a bat in AAA. You got to let these guys, like, if they're gonna do the proper develop, then
They don't
sure.
even have they don't even have pitching on this team yet.
What are you talking about?
They do
man?
have pitching. on this
Yeah.
team.
Who, Sanchez?
They would like to get better pitching.
Sanchez,
Sanchez,
Stroman.
he's
Sanchez
gone,
is
man.
strong.
That's like a
Sanchez
should
is
trade.
Remember,
He's gone.
remember when this guy was supposed to be
Sanchez
the
is
best
gone.
pitcher in the league?
Dude, he led the ERA one year.
At the
He
start
did.
of last year,
Area champion.
we had nothing but hope for this team. If you bring up all the young guys,
Whoa,
the
whoa,
pitching,
whoa! Hang on. Who did?
I did.
I do too.
I thought they could contend for a wild card
Yeah.
spot.
And
It was 50-50. This
Last
I
year,
don't
we,
think I don't
last
think
year
you
we
did that.
had to though. We had Donaldson, we had Happ, we had all these guys on the team who, if they had
weren't really well. Donaldson's different, but yeah.
Yeah.
what
Tulo,
I
you
said,
never saw.
I did say
Happ
a lot of
just
things
re-upped
had to
today
go right,
with
but
the
this team
Yankees.
could win 90 games, is what I said.
they didn't.
And then I said, it's not enough, but they could win 90 games.
You guys had hope. I don't
Yeah,
think.
all
I
I'm
don't think
saying
the
is
market did.
you have-
and it showed in the stands.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone believed that this team had hope. You guys,
Well, they had a good start too.
They did have a
They
good
did.
start.
but it showed in the stands that this team, the fans believed that this team wasn't good enough.
You're not the magic they had those 2 years. First of all, it didn't start till 3/4 of the way through that first season they made the playoffs.
Yeah, 'cause they brought in a bunch of guys.
They didn't have the traffic before that. I think this team's at 25,000-30,000 a game.
Still there, right?
Phew, right now?
No, like at their best. When they're good, 25-30. If they're magical, they fill the seats, okay. But like when they're even playing decent, they're not filling the stands every game. We can't expect them to sell out.
Fans aren't stupid. That's the whole thing. Fans aren't dumb.
I don't.
Fans aren't. They're not coming out. Fans understand and they're smart and they get the game. They're not coming out just to see Vlad. They're coming out to see a winning team. I guarantee you put Vlad
No,
here.
you'll have people come to see
Some,
Vlad,
some.
but the
It's not going to fill a seat.
it'll wear off.
Yeah, it's not going to fill a stadium.
but they don't.
Also,
they're not a
well,
sellout team.
If
That's like-
he performs
I
out
don't
of his
think
mind, it might.
they're not
Maybe.
the Yankees. They're not filling with 50,000. They're not. That's not
Yankees
them.
don't even have a 50,000 seat stadium, so I don't know what the hell you're talking
That's
about.
not them. They're
What are you
not.
talking about?
They're not filling the stadium. Doesn't matter how good they are. They're not filling the stadium every night.
I'm sorry.
They did it for one season when they were at the pinnacle. No. That first season, it was towards the end. It wasn't
Yeah.
at the beginning. They weren't filling seats out from day one.
No, you're right.
They were filling seats out.
You're
from,
right, you're right.
Right. And
But
then
hang on, what happened? They brought in a winning team, and then they filled the seats.
Yep.
To say this city won't support this team is a falsehood. This city will support this team.
No,
when
I
they
don't-
win.
Yes.
When they're at the pinnacle of the league, okay. But when they're average or when they're on the
that's not what you said.
borderline,
That's not what you said.
they're an average team. That's what I'm saying. They're
That's
20
not what you said, though.
Yes, I did. I said they're
you
25 to
You said
30.
this team will not fill the seats.
Unless they are a pinnacle, which every team at the top of the game fills their seats. Doesn't matter what team they are. There's no team that is top of the standings and no one comes to see them. It doesn't happen.
Tampa Bay. Mariners. 90-win team. They didn't fill anything.
Do they make playoffs?
No.
Shut up. That's
Which is another team, and they're dismantling their team. A 90-win team, and they're dismantling it.
Oh,
because they get money for not
It's
winning.
dismantled already.
They get money for not winning.
They also realize they can't compete in that division, so.
I hate the way baseball is right now.
No, baseball's the stupidest.
Baseball right now is just...
Oh, we'll talk about this again later.
I've raged about baseball. I rage about baseball consistently.
Look, let's just.
No, he's saying the way they're constructed.
Yeah.
How they...
It's almost more beneficial to just build up players, sell them off, tear your team down consistently. You make more money
yeah,
doing that.
It's called the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, you make more money doing
Montreal
that
Expos.
than actually having a good
Pirates.
team. It's sad. It's sad to watch. Anyway,
I think adding more playoff teams would help that. But whatever, I've been shut down with that. Anyway.
20.
It's tough when you rely on the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're
No,
not going
sure.
to shorten the season.
Yep.
So don't even come at me with that.
Don't bring that. Don't
I
bring
would
that
shorten
nonsense.
if I'm adding more
It's not
playoff
gonna
teams.
happen.
I know. Because
No league is going to shorten their
I
season.
hate when leagues just they think small. And they're thinking small by doing that. Anyway. That's just my argument. HBO or Lou Marsh?
Who?
HBO or Lou Marsh?
HBO.
Yeah.
What about that?
You can talk about boxing. You can just step aside with that. Lou Marsh, yo, okay.
Go. You want to talk about Lou Marsh?
This stuff's dumb, man. Who gives a crap about
Mikhail Kinsberg? Mikhail-
look?
Kingsbury.
Why are we giving the Lou Marsh Award? And this happens every 2 years now.
Yes.
We give to some Olympian for something. Look, man, I got nothing against you doing.
Freestyle skiing.
You do have something against, but
No,
keep
no, I
going.
don't. Look. I have nothing against a guy who spent their whole life training for this moment and
your
does
next word
well.
is but.
Does well on that one day a year.
But if your next word is but, it doesn't
Okay,
count.
okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get
Well,
what you're
we're honoring him on the gold
saying.
medal that he won,
I get it.
right? Okay.
It's not really one day. Yeah, but I get yeah, okay, go on.
Okay, it's 2 days. He won his heat or whatever it is that he
Yeah.
did, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're going to take that away from some athletes who are under the spotlight all year?
Who would you give it to?
I would have given it to 2 other people.
Go.
Brooke Henderson or Taylor Hall? What are you shaking your head at? Did Taylor Hall not have one?
Brooke
Of
Henderson.
Personally, that should be an amateur athlete award.
Lou Marsh? But it's not, because every other year they give it to someone like Joey Votto, Wayne Gretzky, Sidney Crosby,
Just-
Connor McDavid,
Because the only
Carey
reason
Price.
Probably the reason why I do that because some people actually listen to the award because the only thing that catches their attention. Nobody.
But
I would've
But
brought
then
in-
you contradict yourself by giving it to someone like who? Michael Kingsbury? Who? Exactly. Like you contradict yourself by that.
I
Like,
think-
but that's who it should be for.
I
Because the
think-
reason why we're talking about it because
no, it should be for the best Canadian athlete.
I think they win enough already. Like Sidney Crosby's won enough stuff. He doesn't need that too. Steve
why not,
Nash
man?
is MVP of the NBA. He
So you're
doesn't
saying
need
you're
it.
giving this
How
because
many Lou Marsh does Sidney Crosby have? Do you know?
two.
I'm looking at it though.
Yeah.
I don't
What is
even
it?
know.
What?
I'm just like this. He has fun. But all I'm saying is that the Lou Marsh Award should go to amateur athletes, so they get some kind of
shouldn't,
recognition.
man.
that should. Yeah,
And
I second that.
I totally.
Okay, then what do you do in 2017 when there's or 2019 when there's no Olympics?
You find something else that some guy did a great accomplishment in some other amateur.
Like
sport.
what?
I don't know, like swimming, like I don't
Baseball when they give it to
So
Joey
there's
Votto.
other-
fencing.
there's other-
I don't
there's-
care.
there's
I
other
don't
stuff out
care. I don't care about this award in general enough to like actually, but like,
Shit, man, you're
to give
Canadian.
it- but to give it to like, oh my god, Sidney Crosby's MVP, plus he won a Stanley Cup, plus he won this. Let's
Yeah,
give him
man.
this award as
Best
well.
Canadian athlete. Put us on the
Who
map.
cares?
No disrespect to Lou Marsh Award, but honestly, a guy like Sidney Crosby gets that award. It's holding the
Does it?
door.
I don't think he
in
even
his
shows
room.
up to
It's like a
accept it.
door stopper for his like where all
Right,
of all his like
I don't know
awards
if
he's
it's
got.
that. I don't know.
What did they do with it, man? It's gonna be the bottom of the armoire, man. It's not gonna be at
I
the
know,
top.
that's fine. But I think, the Lou Marsh Award is an individual award.
Even
for
though
an
they gave it
individual-
to
but it's kind of tough. So how do you quantify that with like a Sidney Crosby? How do you quantify that? Because he
Exactly.
didn't win the Stanley Cup.
No,
The Pittsburgh Penguins won the Stanley Cup.
sure, but like, who carried them there?
If you ask,
Why
Smith,
did Carey
if you-
Price?
if you ask
Why did
Smith-
Carey Price win the Lou Marsh Award? Because he was bonkers at his job that one year. He was great. Why they give it to?
I was
you
looking
know-
at that. That wasn't an Olympic year, was it? That wasn't the Olympic year. No. Sorry, the Olympic year was before that. That wasn't the Olympic year. Yeah,
No,
before.
but like remember that's the year that got on the contract.
I'm all for Olympians.
Why did Joey
getting that.
Votto get last year? Because he had an MVP type season.
Yeah.
Like you give it to these players who deserve it. Like not taking away from the Olympians, but like the one year they gave it to Penny Alexiak because she won like what 6 medals for us. Like
Yeah.
sure, no problem. Christine St. Clair like rode her back. Like the Canadian soccer team was on her back the whole time. Like you give it to her. Like it's. You guys are saying, "I'll give it to an amateur athlete," but
I
like,
understand.
sorry, you guys.
I'm
But
not part of that.
like, what about like people who put Canadians on the map? Like, I think it should be more recognition, not just for
Christine
like.
Sinclair is an amateur.
And they have
athlete,
one.
but-
Those guys have one. Steve Nash.
And I'm saying that,
Yeah,
but like,
Steve Nash.
but like,
Sidney
why is
Crosby.
it every Olympic year we have to give it to an Olympian? Like,
Well,
I,
it's kind of their.
and what's
year
wrong with
one,
Brooke
two,
Henderson? She's like a 20-year-old female winning. Like, she won the Canadian LPGA here or whatever, which
She's
hasn't been
killing,
done.
she's killing it there. I would argue Brooke Henderson is more popular than Mike Weir.
She's
Ever
also
was.
making over $1 million in
Yeah.
golf sponsorship.
I don't know, man. It's just
No,
like
here's the thing. You could give it to her, but like
She'll win it
who
eventually. I
cares?
think
Yeah,
she'll win it
so she
eventually.
can get it next year.
Because Mike Weir won it in 2000.
well, the year you won the Masters, 2003.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2003.
Not an Olympic year.
The only problem with female golfers is there's not they don't have a master. They don't have
They gave it to a kayaker one year.
Yeah, they give it to like
they don't have those tournaments. Like,
Silken Lawman. Like, get out of here, man.
Mississauga.
I just think like the
but
actual.
the thing about this award is like someone like Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer.
Yeah.
They can't win it.
Yeah, they can. 2011, the ice dancing people won
They
it.
did one, yeah.
Yeah,
Jamie LaSalle and what was the
Patrick
guy?
Chan.
Peltier.
2011, Patrick Chan won.
Yo,
No,
wheelchair
it was
racing.
2000. It was an Olympic year where it was like Peltier
2001?
and Saleh.
Oh wait,
2011. Patrick Chan.
I'll bring it up right now,
I'm
man.
looking right now.
Yeah, we're looking at it. Anyway, the point is that
2001, Jamie Saleh and David Peltier.
Yeah, 2001. There it is.
Listen,
they won.
it's-
Why can't Tessa
Okay.
Virtue or whatever? I don't know.
I don't know why couldn't they won. I would have given it to Tessa Virtue.
it's an amateur award. It should be given to amateurs. I like.
It's not an amateur
It's not
award.
an amateur award.
If you're
I
giving
know,
it to
but, like,
Wayne Gretzky 4 times,
I'd rather it go to like some person that I'm not gonna really know of outside of that than like Sidney
I don't understand
Crosby.
your logic. Anyway, let's talk here. I don't understand your
Like
logic.
Steve Nash wins Lou Marsh Award. Thanks. There's a bunch of athletes
this is
that
an
have done
award
great
that-
things that would like to be recognized that aren't going to be
Okay, I understand
because
your logic.
like it doesn't
Anyway,
make any
who's
sense.
up with the awards? It's Toronto Star, right?
no, it's like Canadian press.
It's a big award.
And this is the scumbag thing of it is no one announced like you know like in Hall of Fames the reporters show their ballots and stuff, right? And this
Depending on Hall of
no
Fame.
one says who they voted for.
And people have said they want to do that. Yeah, no one says that.
They won't do that.
I think
'cause they're
Damien,
scumbags.
who's running it? I think it's Damien Cox running
Yeah,
it.
who cares? Steve Simmons, Damien Cox, they're all scumbags.
All I'm saying is like, why is this
I
a
wouldn't
thing?
put Damien Cox in there because I've heard him talk about this, and he
He's a
said,
guy's
"Yeah,
bucket.
Is this a thing to like be upset about?
Sicko mode.
what did Damien Cox do to you?" Anyway,
Is it a thing to be upset about? Really?
Yeah, man. Honor the people who deserve it, not some guy who.
well, who would you have given it to this year?
I just
Honor-
told you guys. Brooke Henderson or Taylor
Oh, I'm
Hall.
sorry, I did ask you that question.
Like Taylor
Or me.
Hall.
I had
Yeah,
a
exactly.
crazy year.
Let's
in
just
my
give it to you.
softball.
Exactly.
Didn't Tessa Virtue and thing set records in the Olympics?
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is. This is freestyle skiing.
I don't know, man.
It's probably the first gold medal in goal.
It's like Donovan Bailey got it. Okay, sure. Like, that was a different time.
And maybe hang on. The fact that I don't know who it is, somebody in that room is championing for him. You know what I mean? Like we're not paying attention because it's not a sexy sport
Yeah.
type thing. The freestyle skiing.
Also, no one cares.
Well, skiing's Probably.
Well, should it be like that?
It should be the
and I'm
most-
playing. And I'm playing
Only
devil's
if you're a
advocate.
skier. If you're a skier, you probably know who he is.
Of course.
Shouldn't it be like that though? Well, shouldn't. And you're
It
all
should
about
be-
this.
it should- no, because like I said, when Penny Alexiak went bonkers in 2016, like she won multiple
Yeah.
medals. This guy just
And you
won
had no
one.
problem. And you had no problem. Okay.
Okay,
Fair enough.
like I think like
Was it even a record? I don't even know if it was a record.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
like,
I
think-
think-
I think
like
Freestyle
if you're
skiing
dominant
might
like
be
Penny
the-
Alexiak was, I'm okay with it. That's
Yeah.
fine, right? And like it's just it should go to. It should be you should be the best athlete in Canada that year.
He's the best athlete in the world
That is sport.
for
At
freestyle
freestyle
skiing.
skiing.
So,
Oh, he's better than the world at what? Like 12 countries?
a lot of guys did it.
He's right.
You have to
12
qualify
Like,
to
it's
get to
the
the
Winter
Olympics.
man. Like no
He's
one
right about
cares.
that.
What? You got to
How many-
qualify
wait,
to
no, no.
get
Yeah,
there.
but a whole
How many
hemisphere who
countries?
don't care.
How many countries have to play?
Yeah, but they all brought their best person. It's not like it's like
But how many countries? That's the point.
12 countries qualify. Doesn't mean 12 countries compete.
No. How many countries are freestyle skiing? How many countries do you think?
I don't know.
It's way less than people are running. Like to be the best runner in the world, that's impressive.
Yeah, Donovan
Because
Bailey.
everyone is running.
Yes.
Every country runs.
Is that his fault that every country doesn't ski?
But how? I don't
That's
know.
what,
That's
but you just proved my point. Is it's even less of an award now?
Why?
because less people are doing it.
Everyone in the world who wants to try this thing,
How many
this
people?
guy's
How many
the best.
freestyle skiers do you know?
Zero. But I'm saying of
How many?
everyone.
How many people you don't run?
Yeah, but here's the thing: of everybody,
everybody.
of
Not him.
everybody,
Yeah,
of everyone
clearly.
in the world who wanted to do that thing, he's the best.
Good for him, man.
That's all I'm saying.
He's not taking away anything away from what he's saying. He's not taking away anything from Mikhail Kinsberg. He's not taking anything away from
the
him.
Lou Marshall Rule is a good for you award. It's
No,
not.
but what I'm saying is, it is on even years, and on odd years, it's the best Canadian athlete.
And I understand that because they're not paying attention to freestyle skiing
Nope.
outside of Olympic
Nope.
years.
No.
They're not paying attention to that.
I'm
If
trying
you
to
don't win a
find
gold
in a-
medal. You don't qualify for this
The
award.
problem with it,
No, but there are tournaments going on.
I get
freestyle
that.
skiing, but they don't pay attention to them
No.
outside of Olympic years.
Yeah.
So his point is, if you're going to pay attention to them then, why aren't you paying attention to them? If you're going to pay attention to them now, why aren't you paying attention to them then?
Because you have to pay attention to
Yeah.
the award for people like Wells who want Sidney Crosby every 2 years. The point
You
is,
didn't say that. You
I
didn't say
want
that.
the
Wells did not say that.
I want the best representation of our country to win.
and that was that guy this year.
You think so? You think when like Canada steps up to the rest of the world and everyone's like whipping out their athlete dongs and here's who Justin Trudeau whips out is Mikhail Kingsbury, and then you
We have to
got
look down every time.
and then you got Taylor Hall standing there and be like, yo, I won the MVP of my league that has 500 and so athletes in it.
A Canadian wins it every year.
No,
Who
they don't.
cares?
I mean, they do most of the time, but like,
cares?
For most of them.
Honestly, he was just the latest in the round of Canadians that win. Who
but
cares?
still, like
Who cares?
dominated that sport.
So
honestly, if this award was like, if there was the equivalent award in the U.S.
important. I think
in the
that you have
U.S. because there's more amateur sports being played in the U.S. than there are here in Canada, it'd probably be more prevalent.
They
but,
cut- no, they
but
kinda-
we don't have that. That's why it's not as
No,
good.
the U.S. kind of has an unofficial.
I know, but
It's
what,
sports. It's a Sports
but
Illustrated one.
what amateur sports do we have? Because most of the time we're like, obviously summer's only a few months out of the year, right? Like where
Yeah,
people could do.
we don't really do.
We
well in
don't.
Sports.
Other than there's not. That's the issue, right? Like if they give it to like a volleyball player, maybe like a.
no volleyball.
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to think something. I don't know, man. I'm thinking like other. There's not other sports like that right now. At least in Canada, that will qualify. Could maybe give it to a Paralympian. Give it to some other stuff. That's the way
They
I
did
look
one
at it.
year.
Yeah,
Petitclerc or whatever.
yeah, but that's how I would look at it, man.
No, man. Give
Ben-
it to the best representation of your country.
Ben Johnson never won this, right?
Yeah, he did twice.
Twice.
And then they revoked it.
Sorry, where
86
am I
and
looking?
87, bro. Scroll up.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
I'm just
at it.
saying,
I'm not like-
is I think it should be
Oh, there it is.
the
Sorry.
best
I didn't see that.
representation of your country, athlete-wise.
Yeah, but they decided that it was Mikhail Kingsbury, and you don't like.
And
that.
I will never, ever hear his name again.
Yeah, because it's 1 year. He had his year.
Actually, you know what? In 2022, when they're in wherever it is at
You
the
might win
Olympics
it
are,
again.
I'll be like, oh my God, it's the Lou Marsh winner.
You might win it again. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like
All
we're
right, you said
we're
you
getting
won.
too emotional.
Yeah, we're getting round and
We're
round.
done here, man.
HBO Unboxing. They
No.
had their last boxing match.
That's tragic, man. There's a reason why they had their last boxing match.
They had their last boxing match, and
Because
now
no one cares about boxing.
It's done.
That's not true.
Game's over. Jig's up.
No, that's
no
not
one
true.
cares about boxing.
That's not true. That's
There's
not
a sport now where you can box and kick people and submit them and jujitsu
And
and
there's
do
less
everything
money
else.
involved in it. That's all it comes
What do you mean
down
there's less
to.
money involved in it?
Boxing's way too big. The britches are too big.
Too big and it's too predictable
Thank
and
you.
it's too
It's just like
already decided.
Really,
Right? It's all predetermined. Yeah, it is, man. When there's that much money involved, chance doesn't happen.
When Mayweather and Pacquiao
yeah.
fought, how
When
many
there's
people
that much money involved, you don't take chances. I'm sorry.
Well, exactly. Mayweather Pacquiao, big fight. There's not a lot of those left. That's all boxing was.
And even when there
Triple
is,
G
it's
Canelo?
too predictable.
Yeah, I don't care.
You
Even
don't
though
you
that-
don't
even
you
though
don't
that's
think
what-
Mayweather could have knocked McGregor out in 2 rounds?
Yeah.
People would be like, "Wow, I spent $99 on
When's
this."
the last time Mayweather knocked anybody out?
Well, they stopped the match. You don't think he could have done that earlier on?
TKO.
This stuff's too predictable, man. It's too
Mayweather could have knocked anybody out.
it's too predetermined, man. It might be worse than wrestling.
That was good.
I don't know if it's worse than wrestling.
No,
That's because you're a UFC. You love the UFC. I know
Yeah,
it's-
because
You know what,
UFC,
it's just-
you can punch people, and you can kick people, and you can choke people, and you can do
think that means
whatever
boxing
you want,
sucks.
except for knee them while they're
No,
down.
it's not boxing sucks. You just UFC creates bigger stars for less money, right? Mayweather wants to fight, you got to pay him
not according
$150
to the
million.
purses, though. Not according to the person that Mayweather's getting. Because he's getting way more money than any of those UFC guys get.
yeah,
my
that's
point.
what he's saying.
That's my point. He's
It's
making-
too expensive.
it's too much.
And when there's
He's
too much
making
money
way-
involved, stuff becomes
that's not-
predetermined.
if they're getting paid that much money, everyone's getting paid money. You don't think HBO was getting money on those pay-per-views?
Yeah, for
Everyone's
once
getting
every 3 years, you want to watch a boxing fight.
Everyone's getting paid.
UFC
UFC's not generating the kind of money that for a single card. They have never generated
I'll
that
ask
much
you
money.
this.
That's
Nash, I'll
my
ask you this.
point.
When's the last time you were like, "Yo, I'm gonna watch that boxing fight"?
It was Pacquiao. Mayweather.
Yeah.
That was
That's
last time.
5 years ago.
That was last time I watched a
Wow,
fight.
it's
And
cool.
I was so
I remember I was in
disappointed.
Dominican when I watched that fight.
There's no more super fights.
Remember in the
boxing
90s,
left.
we watched fights.
So why are we talking about this?
Well,
Well, it's because HBO was done.
in the 90s, there were super fights every like.
Yeah,
you wanna
because we
see
didn't have
everyone
UFC as a
fight.
problem, like as a
I
competition.
don't think it was UFC because there were actual fighters.
Sure, it
Now-
is. It has to be.
It was not because of UFC. It was because there was actual fighters in boxing.
Because-
if Mike Tyson was fighting right now, you don't think you'd watch him right now? Of course you would.
No, I wouldn't, man.
100%.
Why would I watch Mike Tyson right now?
In his prime right now.
Nah.
The
You're lying.
Because there's guys right now. They just had those giants fight each other the other night.
The way you love sports right now, and you want to watch Mike Tyson in his prime right now? You're lying.
Heavyweight fighting back then was the biggest draw there was.
Oh, yeah.
UFC,
Roy
I don't
Jones
think is
Jr.?
as big as a draw at all as boxing was.
Which one's
I don't think
Junior?
it'll ever get there.
That guy wants to fight Michael B. Jordan.
Right? I don't think it'll. But UFC's consistent, and they build stars
it's
that
consistent.
don't make a ton of money,
It's more consistent.
and it's easier to
It's
keep
also
going.
more entertaining. I'm sorry.
You hear... I don't know if it's more...
You want to watch 12 rounds of 3 minutes of guys just like blocking every punch? Or do you want to watch...
I enjoyed the Canelo and Triple G.
You haven't watched a boxing match in 5 years.
No, sorry, I watched Canelo and Triple G.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
You've
watch it
watched
live.
2 boxing matches in 5 years. And, like, I really enjoyed that so much that I will never watch another fight until...
Hang on, when the guys are there, I watch. When the
Yeah.
guys are there.
What guys? There are no guys.
That's the problem. That's
That's
what
the
box-
problem. That's the
boxing
problem.
And that's...
Everyone who would be a great boxer
If
now fights
HBO's
in the
done,
UFC.
then,
Exactly.
like, it's
Oh,
a
Das
dying
Sports
sport,
stepped in
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
they went for it.
Yeah, they got Canelo.
They paid Canelo, apparently, $300 million.
Yeah, I don't know where they got that money from.
I'm not believing that. No, they did not
That's
pay him
Netflix
$300
money.
million.
Oh, they borrowed it. Listen,
Borrowed it.
You don't
They
need
didn't
the
pay him
money.
$300
They don't,
No, no, no.
they don't need the money anymore. Bro. They borrowed
Borrowed
it.
it.
Yo, the
Hey, yo, can I
future.
borrow $300 million?
The future.
For what? I just want to pay this guy. For what?
Because
For
we're
nothing.
trying to
For a
make some
dying
money.
sport.
We're trying to make some money.
No, I don't. They're not. They didn't pay him $300 million. They said they paid $300. They're not paying him $300 million because one, they don't have a single fight lined up for him. They said they're paying him $300 million. They didn't pay him $300 million.
Maybe he's paid over those 3 fights or whatever fights he's.
What 3
signed up
fights? There's
for.
no 3 fights lined up.
I have no idea.
No, they are paying him $100 million each fight, right?
So then there you go. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just
Well, why
saying.
would you? Okay, well, they don't even know what fights. They don't even know if
They're just trying to find
I
guys
guess.
to
I guess
fight
Das Sports out there because then they get the Premier
Da
League.
Zone.
Da Zone. Das Sports. Da Zone.
You've been listening to my podcast too much.
Didn't they get the Premier League rights too for Canada?
No.
That's huge if they did.
No, they did.
No, they didn't.
That would
Yeah,
get them that
No, they
$300
didn't.
million.
They did not get.
About.
They did not get the exclusive rights because Sportsnet and TSN show. They have the Europa. I don't know, man. They have some stupid. Serie A.
Syria.
So they have Italian. If that's your thing,
No, they have the Syria.
if you like waking up at 7 a.m. and watching Italian soccer, DAZN is a spot for you.
Italians like watching Italian soccer.
Yeah, man.
Morning.
That's what you do, man.
Yeah, that's. Portuguese like going on Dundas Street and watching the games at 7 a.m. They also like watching the replay of it at 8 at night too. They can't get enough of it.
Yep. Champions League.
Yeah, Champions League.
Champions League.
That's scary.
Is it?
Yeah,
They can take their Champions League and their boxing and
that's
they can
$200 million.
die in 2 years. What I'm pissed off is they took my red zone. That's what I'm pissed off about.
Did they?
Yeah, red zone is exclusive
Yeah, Red
to them
Zone
in Canada.
That's his own.
Some guy
I got to pay $20 a month just to watch that
I don't know
crap.
where the hell they're getting all this money.
farming it. I told you. Look, yo, doing
Who's like the money?
they're pulling the Netflix.
They
bro.
must have backers. The guy who
gives-
used to run
Some Russian billionaire.
ESPN is now the head of their department.
But it's some
Who's
Russian.
the guy who used to run ESPN? The druggie. The guy who left like a year or two. Yeah, he's now their head of
That's
their.
cool. I shouldn't say that's cool.
Jeez.
He stepped down.
Skipper.
Yeah, Skipper. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, John Skipper.
John Skipper.
The guy who has two toilet references in his name.
You refer to the toilet as a skipper?
I don't know.
Hey, I went to go to the skipper. We now call it toilet skipper for Wells. That has to be on Instagram.
Yeah, some Russian billionaire is giving. I don't know. Whatever.
There you go, man.
Borrowing money is a new thing, man. Look at Netflix.
Apparently,
Who gives Netflix money?
All right, man. You can talk about that on your Netflix podcast.
Just saying. If they can get money, everyone can get money.
Are we good?
yeah, we're good.
I think we're done,
All right.
man.
Yeah.
This has officially been the longest podcast we've ever done.
Told you.
Benny's fading. I'm fading.
I ain't fading them, but
I gotta do this again tomorrow, man.
Won't be this long.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not here for that.
You mean
Well,
not
you'll
here?
be here, but you're not here.
I'm playing
You're gonna
Super
be
Smash
downstairs
Brothers
playing.
on
You're gonna play
Switch.
downstairs
Yeah.
playing
All
video
right,
games.
that's great, man.
Anyway, go
No, I'll
on.
play it up here. It'll be more fun.
Waiting for you, Smith.
You can find this super long episode of the Team Podcast on
He's so tired.
Google Podcasts.
It is now midnight here.
yeah.
And he is.
It's 1 a.m. It's 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
Oh, sorry.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and our favorite social media places: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and our personal favorite, Tumblr.
Which has been updated in years.
Yeah, you're black dude.
You gotta update it. Even his Twitter's not updated. Did you see that?
Don't
Twitter's
worry about it,
updated.
man. There's
No,
still pictures
your
of
Twitter.
Jomo on it.
My Twitter?
Yes, your Twitter's not updated. When I say updated,
And you
still
can
have
find
pictures of Jomo.
you can
I
find
don't know,
myself
Hey, I like
on
Jomo.
Instagram at Veepin52, and you can also check me out on the Horseway Podcast on iTunes. Check it out.
Check it.
Benny, you want to give any Twitters or Instagrammies? So people can talk to you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. You can hit me up at Benny_Pinto. That's what it is. Yeah, at IG. And I think it's the same thing for
Instagram?
Twitter.
Oh, it's
I
Twitter.
thought it was benzines.
Benzine.
Yeah, but yeah, either or. Doesn't
Wow,
matter.
we just
Still a meme shows, you'll get the same guy.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways, no, thanks, boys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries.
Appreciate
and
it,
of
man.
course, you can find all this.
Thanks for staying up.
This podcast goodness on the parkdaily.com. Rate us and review us also on iTunes and Spotify. And we are out.
Merry Christmas.
Be quiet, Leonard.